Well, that's to the spice of it.
Whoops, running on empty? Enjoy a 6 cents per litre fuel discount at your local Caltex with Pumped every day. Ah, feels good, eh? Get it at any participating Caltex.
No mate, Hardy mate, Picky mate, Kaki mate, welcome to the Masse Club here in Pukekohe as we bring you live coverage of the 10-ball Predator New Zealand Junior Championships. And our first final up today is the Under-17s featuring Revelation Tangaloa up against Genesis Tangaloa. My name's Mark Watson and alongside of me the man they simply call the Professor, Jimmy Henry. Jimmy, lovely to have your company. Looking forward to this, the emerging talent, the rising stars of Q Sport in action this afternoon.
Yes, great. Yeah, we've got Revelation versus Genesis, both twins from West Auckland. Both have got good technique, good temperament. They know how to win and a great knowledge of the game.
And of course, it is first to 5 frames.
Yes, first to 5.
And the format today?
The format today is, 10 balls game. So pot in order.
1 to 10.
1 to 10.
Whoever pots the 10 ball wins the game as we see the lag to determine who breaks first. And it looks like it, no, in fact I think it will go the way of Revelation, Tangaloa, so he will get things underway.
Yes, Revelation's got the break. So it's usually wreck your own. Triangle shape with 10 balls. With the 9 balls it's a diamond shape. That extra ball makes it a little bit harder, Mark.
Imagine both players too have had to, would have, I'd imagine, gone through some highs and lows in terms of making their way through to this final, but we say this every time we're here at the Masse Club in Pukekohe. I guess one of the big challenges for both these players will be making the subtle adjustment to this television table, the speed and the cloth in which the balls run on this championship table.
That's right, Mark, a little bit faster this table. Like you say, under the bright lights and with the live streaming. They just got to settle in quickly.
So just having a look at that break there from Revelation, a dry break, so nothing coming from the break. And now an opportunity for Genesis to see if he can grab that early momentum. It's got a nice spread. Any ball there that potentially provides either of these players difficulty as we start to run through this rack?
Yeah, probably the 3 and the 4s. It looks like the hardest balls to get to. Once he solves that problem, he should be okay.
So that is the red 3 and the purple 4.
That's right.
You can see those balls, so at some point he'll look to try and move them.
Okay, he's going to probably double this one back and be behind the red ball. Or even better, play safety.
Lovely safety. That is great maturity for a young man. Superb play. And safety game.
Yeah, both 15 years old, twins, go to St. Paul's College.
Yeah, one of the great rugby league schools, St. Paul's.
Both Samoan heritage.
Yeah, well-known name, Tangaloa.
And both from West Auckland.
Oh, tries the jump shot, doesn't quite come off, but I love the ambition and the enterprise being shown early on from both these players. And so now Genesis back at the table.
Okay, so he's only got the 2 9-ball combination maybe.
Give you a really good aerial shot there, just an idea of the traffic. And Jimmy, we've just watched the shot.
He hasn't nominated the 9, so he might be trying to hide somewhere.
Oh,
Not bad.
Got away with it.
Yeah, he did. He got away with it.
Yeah, so no flukes. 9-ball, the only game where you can have a fluke, so you do need to nominate the ball. So that takes away any, I told you so, that was what I was planning. And clearly it might have been a fluke. Jimmy, we talk a lot about the senior players, the guys with the experience off the back of the break. They can step up, they can map the table, they can look 4 or 5 shots ahead, they can sort of see what potential shot's going to offer them the greatest degree of difficulty. Did these players have that experience at this age to be able to do that?
Yes, definitely. These young guys have got a lot of experience at the moment. They've been playing for 4 years now. They're fairly new to the game, but they've been playing a lot of pool for 4 years. And you know, it's weekly. It's not just the one-off pool. They're there every week at training, practicing their skills.
Got the jump cue out. Does get it over it. Doesn't pull it off, but again, great enterprise. Yep, and the coaching side of it for these two young players?
Yeah, they have, you know, they go to coaching every week. They're there, you know, 2 or 3 times a week.
Have they got a good coach?
Yeah, of course. You're looking at him.
Oh, the professor. Just remind people why they call you the professor.
Because I take people back to school. Okay, so he'll probably play another safety here. This has just been a sort of a tactical battle so far.
Yeah, and look, I'd imagine too, both players will just be wanting to get rid of the nerves, as we see, make the adjustment with the bright lights, this slightly faster running table here, this Acadia cloth, the Arcos 2 ball, Apex table.
And a kick shot here from Revelation and off.
Oh, look, what I'm liking is that they're not afraid to have a go, and that's what we want. They're playing with a real open mind. They're looking to play attacking and taking their chances in this final. It hasn't been pretty so far, but you do sense both players are capable of producing box office.
Okay, there's a nice angle here. He's got it at a good position here to play position on the red ball. Come back and make the ball go past where his hand is. A little bit short.
Yeah, hope you are enjoying coverage across Whakata Māori. Special thanks to Whakata Māori, or formerly Māori Television. Of course, this is brought to you in association with the New Zealand Pool Association, Masse. And special thanks, of course, to Predator. Again, very tactical from both players. Who's going to blink first?
It's quite hard playing, you know, somebody you know that's so close to you, even though they'll both be settled down.
Yeah, and I'd imagine too, one will probably believe they're better than the other, and that might even be established between the two of them, and that puts pressure on maybe the player even that comes in expecting to win. But great too to see a couple of young Pacific Island players at the highest level in the junior ranks. We have seen a real insurgence of players of Asian descent, and what we're really saying is that it's very much a game that has a real mix of ethnicities and appeals to everybody. We've all played it at some point. And now,
Okay, Genesis must hit that 3 ball.
then he misses it.
Okay, so now the table is right open for Revelation.
So Revelation now will get to spot that cue ball anywhere he wants. Clearly, with the name's Revelation Genesis, very faith-based family.
Nice position.
Puts one down. Great composure, maybe just a little bit too much weight. Let's just have a look here, Jimmy.
Yeah, a little bit too much weight.
Finds himself now. Might just... Okay, what's he trying to do? Play defensive or cut
Yeah,
this?
probably defensive shot.
Okay.
Sitting behind the 8 or the 10. Not too bad.
Yeah, Chinese snooker now
That's the
for
one.
his brother Genesis, who will come forward. And what we mean by that, he's going to have to play high onto the cue ball over the top of the 8 ball. So not an easy shot here. Doesn't quite get the control of that cue ball. So Does he look to be aggressive, or does he look to try and return the favour?
He'll just want to make sure he hits this ball without fouling.
He does hit it, look to try and cut it in the process, and now the table still is open here as Revelation comes to the table.
And Revelation got to the final by beating LaQuisha Clifford 4-1. And Genesis beat his other stepbrother, or yeah, Josiah 4-0. So 2 good wins to both of them.
Nice shot. Now let's just have a look. Got himself on the right side. Some more work to do here.
Just needs to be careful of the, oh yeah, he's going to the other, oh yeah, careful of the in-off.
So look, he's just going to cut that in and misses the shot. So both players jittery, and I think it's probably a fair statement. Name, Tangaloa. Back to the days of Timo Tangaloa.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Tiara 2 Rugby League Club, and Larry Tangaloa played a little bit for the Warriors as well back in the day.
Yeah, Timo ended up playing for Wellington.
Yeah, played for the All Blacks too, Timo.
There was Tammy as well that played for the Tiara 2 Roosters.
Yeah, and I was lucky enough to go to school with Larry, who ended up coaching Tiara 2 Roosters, and as I said, part of that initial setup of the Warriors back in the day. So great to have proud Samoans. I found myself recently up in Samoa doing a swim series up there. I've got to say what an absolutely stunning part of the world Samoa is. Do encourage people, if you're looking for a holiday, to go to Samoa. As we now, oh, another shot. And yeah, both players nervy. Certainly not at the level we've seen as they made their way through to this final. Again, cut it, great ambition, and gets there, gets the job done. So, key shot, but still work to be done here on the 8. Does he look to bank this, or is he going to cut this into the middle pocket here, Jimmy?
Yeah, I think he's going to go for the bank.
So that middle pocket, top of your screen, is the target.
He's touched the pocket. So, yep, there you go.
Here he goes. Big key shot. You figure if he misses this, he loses the frame.
He just wants to draw the white ball back.
He hits it, misses it, hits that difficult corner. And now, chance here for Genesis to step up and take the first frame. He's going to have a little bit of a reach here, and he's going to go for the caribou.
Let's get that moose out. Okay, so he's going to hit this ball quite thin, and it'll be hard to sort of keep control of that white ball.
Of course, referred to as the moose, we refer to it as the caribou.
So that white ball's going to go down and up the table. Watch out for the in-off.
Oh, missed it.
Too thin. Oh, but he got away with it, and I think he's got the second prize.
Yeah, he has. So,
Wow.
a little bit of luck, but still opportunity here. Does he need to play this aggressively? So, Revelation at the table.
Nice pace shot here. Play off 2 rails, come out to the middle of the table. Whale first.
Can't quite see it. Going to need to keep the game moving. And there will be, at some point, potentially a 30-second shot clock brought into play.
Okay, so he's going to sort of swerve around that 10 ball. He can't actually, he hasn't got the right angle. There's the swerve. He makes it thin.
Well,
he gets away with it again.
Yep. So, neither player at the moment really wanting to try and take this frame and get the early momentum. Wonder who mum and dad favour.
Yeah, oh, well, it's, you know, great to have both of them in the finals. You must give a shout out to his dad, Naines, who gets him around the country playing all these tournaments.
Still anybody's game, not an easy shot now on this 8 ball. So, This might be make or break for Revelation. Got to say, I do love the names in Revelation and Genesis. And he misses it. Now.
Still not an easy shot there, Mark.
You do just feel though that again both players struggling with just the run of the table here, the run of the cloth. It is much faster. And gets it now. Opportunity.
Beautiful.
Options. Brilliant. This should be it. So Genesis Tangaloa takes the first frame in the race to 5 over his brother Revelation. And probably what could best be described as a little bit of an ugly first frame, but just an opportunity for both players to settle their nerves in this 10-ball Predator New Zealand Junior Under-17 Championship, live from the Masse Club in Pukekohe. Alongside me, the man they just simply call the Professor, Jimmy Henry.
Yeah, that was a bit of a tipsy-turvy game, that one. A lot of tactics in that game. So hopefully this one here, depending on the break.
You been to Samoa, Jimmy?
Not yet.
Yeah, look, I recommend it over Fiji, to be honest. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful island. Well, a couple of islands. I didn't get to Savaii, which I reckon is absolutely spectacular. So cue ball down. So opportunity here again for Revelation to place that white ball.
Yeah, he's got a fairly easy one. The blue ball's the next ball to get to.
Yeah, blue 2 there.
So it looks like he's just going to end up where the black ball is. Just go towards the black ball. Screw back behind, yep. Good angle. Make sure you pot this ball. Natural position for the red ball next. It's better.
Yeah, much better, much better. A little guilty. Both players at times have been a little bit too thin in that first frame. This time though.
Okay, can run this red ball into the middle. Oh no, he's looking for the corner pocket there. And the purple ball next. So where he stood before to have a look at that purple ball, that's where he wants the white ball. Drop in behind it.
Oh, nicely played
A
too.
little bit too hard.
But I think in comparison to what we saw in that first frame, I think he'll be happy with now the way he has seen things. As I say, it's just controlling the weight on that cue ball. If you're wondering what we're talking about in terms of the tables running faster and slower, not dissimilar to what you might get on lawn bowls, where you get slightly different grasses, some wet, some dry, some slightly longer, and therefore that affects your touch. And you've got to make those subtle adjustments.
Yeah, that was a good visit by Revelation. Starting to get into the groove. You might be looking for a safety shot here. Try and hide somewhere. Behind the 6 or the 10. Nice shot.
Yeah, great defensive play. And don't underestimate how important that is in terms of your game and just how difficult it is to be able to exercise that level of control on the cue ball. Oh, gets away with it, finds the touch, and now a difficult shot for Genesis.
Yeah, whenever you hit the ball fine, you haven't got much control over the white ball. So just got to let it run, pot the ball and let it run.
Oh, sits there on the edge. Gravity doesn't go with him. And now throws it back in favour of Revelation.
Looks like he's going to draw his back. Nice draw shot. Is there room for that 5 past the 9 ball? Could be a plant here. Combination, 5-9 combination maybe.
Well, from what we've seen so far, it wouldn't surprise me. Both players prepared to take their chances.
There's the 5-9 combination.
Just missed it though. But again, I like the enterprise. I like the way these young men are thinking, the way they want to play the game. Execution not quite on at the moment, but certainly the intent is the right approach.
So both attend St. Paul's, both play rugby.
Yep, great school.
St. Paul's, yeah.
Big rugby league school, probably most successful rugby league school in Auckland.
Safety shot. Just see the fine edge.
I looked to bank it, didn't quite pull it off.
Okay, and so we've got 2 more finals coming up, Mark, Henry and Jeremy. Under 19s. You've seen those 2 players in action before.
Yeah, no, look, it's great that, as we said, we're getting different, different ethnicities across these finals. An eclectic mix, different types of players too, which generally means that the game is starting to flourish. First time we've seen Revelation and Genesis on the live stream.
Yeah, they've always been knocking at the door. They've been in the semis, a lot of last 8. They were always going to get here. It was just a matter of when. Nice shot.
He just runs that 6 ball nicely into that bottom left pocket. 10 is going to provide a bit of difficulty. Just sitting there on that bottom rail. So going high on the cue ball, just going to look to run this, cuts it nicely.
Good, nice.
Great control. Perfect for the 9 ball. And the 8 ball now becomes the object ball.
So you might use 2 rails here. Bit of right spin, use the 2 rails, come back out towards the 9. So it's got a bit of right spin on that. 2 on the clock. Beautiful. Needs to go down a bit further.
Yep, just not quite enough weight. So Jimmy, if he manages to cut this into that pocket, where's he looking to try and bring that cue ball? Does he have control of the cue ball here?
Yeah,
Can he bring it back? Can he put himself in a position for that 10 ball? Or is the 9 ball, with the cut required on it, create too much of an angle?
Yeah, difficult cut, but if he plays at a nice pace, he'll have to play it slow. He'll sit riding behind that 10, natural angle.
So there you go, you hear it from the great man, and they call the professor.
That's a nice touch.
Lovely touch, and as you said, Jimmy, that is why, mate, you take so many people back to school, Jimmy. And so really, at this level, should get the job done. So Genesis looking to go out to 2 frames to nothing over Revelation. Manages it, so 2 frames up in the race to 5 between the 2 brothers from West Auckland of Samoan descent, who receive a lot of tutelage from my co-commentator, Jimmy the Professor Henry. Yeah, I was up in China recently, Jimmy, and I was up in the Western Province and I went into a small, not a small town, nothing small in China, and we went for a little bit of a wander around before one of the stages of the Spike Tour and came across outdoors 12 pool tables.
Wow.
Open in this sort of park-like area. It was remarkable. It was very, very cool. I actually set Bernie Andres, who heads up Masse, a photo of it. I was so taken away by the fact that he was Q Sports outdoors in the Western Province of China, just demonstrating just how big this sport is globally.
Yeah, it's quite big in China.
Push.
Okay, so straight after the break, he's got the option of doing a push out. And with a push out, you can do anything you like.
But
You
then,
don't,
yep, but then the other player has the right to throw it back on you
yes.
if they don't like what they see. So if you're trying to be too clever, you ultimately end up having to do it.
Play the shot yourself. Well, unbelievable. So it was just take your own balls there, I wonder? Take your own balls?
No,
and
they had the
cues?
old balls on the table there in China. They were all a bit run down, but, you know, it is what it is. As we now, another opportunity missed. So both players just struggling a little bit here. And Genesis looking probably the more relaxed. Revelation just hasn't quite found his mojo just yet.
Okay, Genesis to play the yellow ball to get to the blue ball. Pot this with a bit of right spin to come out wide, right into the middle of the table. Plays it nice. Nice angle to get to the red ball next after the blue ball. So when he does play this blue ball, he play it with bottom to swing the white ball in behind the red ball.
Okay, so just have a look at it. Is he going bottom? He is going bottom. As you can just see the Q-tip there. And he goes down.
Watch out for the snooker. No, he's
Brings
good.
it back. Nicely done.
Okay, he's got a good shot on the red.
So red 3 ball is the object ball. Then back to the purple 4 ball.
So when he plays this red ball, folks, he'll be looking at the hitting the ball, the white ball, at 2 on the clock. So what happens with that white ball will go towards the purple ball, but in behind it. So 2 on the clock here. Swing that ball in behind that purple ball. Not bad.
Yeah, got some work to do though.
Yeah, a little bit more spin he needed to get it even.
Can he get himself? I think he does have a channel there, does he?
Yes, it's on, yeah. Just on.
Just on though.
All he has to do is focus on the pot. Naturally, he's going to be behind the next ball, which is the orange ball. Just pot the ball.
Corner.
Not an easy shot though. He's going to have to. Let's have a look. Going high on the cue ball. As Jimmy said, just focus on potting it. He pots it. Doesn't drop it, doesn't. Maybe just a little bit too heavy.
Okay, a good opportunity here for Revelation. Screw back, put the orange ball in the middle pocket.
Yeah, I think with Revelation he just needs to just play, just open up a little bit, relax a little bit more.
Still trying to find his mojo.
Yeah, maybe just play with a little bit more confidence, speed things up a little bit perhaps. And whether we, oh, I thought that was in. I was going to say that's a great example of it. But again, just kissing the corners of those pockets.
Landed in no man's land.
Yeah, I was going to say, Jimmy, just at the moment, neither player having settled so far as we're halfway through this third frame, which means it gives Revelation certainly hope, even though he trails by 2 frames.
Okay, defensive shot here, sit behind the black.
It's one thing that has been good from both players is the defensive side of their game. It's been the potting that's probably just let them down.
Just see the edge, sit the white ball and buy the brown ball. Oh, he might have just got it.
Yeah, have a look here.
Oh no, he hasn't got it.
So it gives you an idea.
Great view, the overhead cam.
So the green 6 is the object ball, the target ball. So he does have a run there. Let's come back.
Nice shot. Didn't run through far enough, but
Yeah, not quite enough weight on it, so might have just snookered himself here. Might be able to see the outside of that brown 7 ball. And that'll give you an idea. Go above the table and have a wee look. And there you go. So does he have a line there, Jimmy? Does he have a
No.
channel?
no channel at all. So you'll play the kick shot. So that means he'll go off the rail and then come back and then
Top left.
kick into the brown ball.
Quite get it. But again, I love the fact that they're showing enterprise. They're not afraid to go for the box office shot. The highlight's real. Now I'm looking to maybe bank this or cut this.
Oh, difficult to say here. Bank safety would probably be better. But he's going for the cut. It was quite a hard cut.
Now that has opened the door again for Genesis. Just needs to run this back up the table. So going to go for the moose, what we used to know as the jigger.
Playing a tough shot here. He's putting some top on this. He might go in off. Be better if he screwed back. There he goes. It's going low now. Drawing back towards the black ball.
He has not quite enough weight on it though, has he? Another difficult shot, but certainly not beyond him.
You're looking for safety. Preferably a snooker at the edge of the 8 ball and make the white ball go back behind the blue and yellow stripe ball. No, he's going for the double.
I was going to say what we've seen so far. I'm not sure that you're going to see a safety shot from that position from these two. Both aggressive players, both players who are not afraid to attack.
Yes, he tried to put that in the corner pocket. Okay, he's got the 8 ball in the corner pocket there. It's a better angle. He needs to bring the white ball into the middle of the table to give himself a shot on the 9 stripe ball, yellow stripe ball. Yeah, the ball seems to be running Genesis' way. Even if he's missing the 8, leaving Revelation much.
Yeah, very much with momentum, but one thing we have seen is it doesn't take much for a momentum shift. But it's going to need to come shortly here for Revelation. He won't want to go 3 frames down. Oh,
Nice
lovely
shot.
shot. Yeah, really nicely played. Is that the shot that shifts the momentum? But now another really difficult shot.
He's got 2 options here, to either run forward or draw back, and forward looks like he's going forward.
So hitting high on the cue ball, which means the ball will run forward, low on the cue ball. Be able to draw it back. Misses it though. And we talked about that.
And off, and off.
It's going to go down. So another opportunity here for Genesis to close out this 3rd frame and go to 3 frames to nothing. Just 2 balls left on the table. Shouldn't have too much difficulty from here.
He hasn't got much angle there. He's going to put the 10 ball in the same pocket.
Down.
A little bit hard, but that's okay. Still got a good shot at it. Be careful. A lot of people draw these cuts back to the corner pocket. It's a blind cut.
Going low on that cue ball. So here for Genesis, Tangaloa. And he takes the shot. Really nicely done. Goes out to 3 frames to nothing over Revelation.
That went in the centre of the pocket.
You are watching the 10-ball Predator New Zealand Junior Championships. This is the under-17 boys final between 2 twins out of West Auckland. Revelation Tangaloa and his brother Genesis, who's at the table racking the balls as we speak. Just want to acknowledge also Caltex for their support of Whakata Māori in the live stream. So 2 goes down, but still not a great spread. So you look to play defensively here, Jimmy.
Yeah, or he could push out if he likes, or yeah, he'll run to safety. Just make some distance.
He does do it too, but he's gone. No, gets away with it, but opens the door ajar for Revelation. Problem is, I just haven't seen from Revelation at the moment the confidence to say that this is a gimme.
Nice start. A little bit unlucky not to get on 3. It's cuttable, but I think, yeah, it's cuttable. Just needs to pot the ball and take his medicine wherever that white ball ends up down the table. That's where I shall play it. Got a good angle here to get him behind that purple. Look at this.
Yeah,
wow, great shot.
Yeah, better play here. We talk about building that confidence, and sometimes it just takes time for an athlete to click and a player to click. Is this the moment for Revelation Tangaloa?
Watch out for the snooker on the blue stripe ball or the yellow stripe ball. As it's snookered, might get a view on the top there, over the top.
I think he might have got away with that.
Yeah, he has. He can see a nice straight line on the 6 ball. Again, he's just got to watch out for the snooker on the blue stripe ball, the 10 ball. He's got bottom on this, so he's going to swing behind the blue stripe ball. Yeah, he went behind it, but played it way too hard and left Genesis with an easy 6 ball. Just stopped the ball there. mark and play the brown ball straight between the yellow and blue stripe ball.
So Jimmy, what are the opportunities, pathways for these two young men in regards to international opportunities?
Well, the world of pool is at their feet, you know. They're only 15 years old and they're playing pretty good pool. They're knocking at the door in the senior tournaments and, yeah, they can do whatever they like.
But is there opportunity to perhaps represent New Zealand at future events?
Oh, definitely, yeah. These two could probably go to America next year. They're really, you know, dedicated themselves to Masse. They're at all of their tournaments. They're at all the junior tournaments as well. And I think they're going to be named in the development squad. And they've got a good chance of going to America next year.
Shot played with some real confidence. Got to be able to back it up though. Just hasn't been able to put a run together here, Revelation. Done some good things. Again, don't underestimate it. You mentioned at 15 years of age, television cameras on them, bright lights, world-class table. That does funny things to the best of the players. And that's what it's all about, gaining that valuable experience along the way too. Getting a feel at a national level of what you can expect at an international level.
He doesn't want to sit on the rail here. Let's get off the rail and an easy shot at the 10.
Now,
Nice.
chance to get himself on the scoreboard here for Revelation Tangaloa. Got to control the emotions. Has to believe. Big sigh. Just runs it great weight, misses it though. Yeah, but might have still got second prize, so difficult shot for Genesis, but this you'd say takes him to the top of the hill if he gets this.
Yeah, tough cut. Easy to leave it over the pocket.
And he does, he drops it in, and just like that, Genesis Tangaloa capitalises on a mistake from his brother Revelation, and now goes up to 4 frames. As we say, Jimmy, standing on the hill on the mountain of dreams, telling himself it's not as hard as it seems. 1 frame away from a New Zealand under-17 national title in 10 ball. It's hard, isn't it? Because, you know, 15 years of age, Revelation, you know, you've got sometimes that physical maturity. You don't quite have that, you know, world experience, and you can have moments like that. It's easy as you get older to block those moments out. It's important that after this, whatever happens, goes away, doesn't dwell on it too much, and refocuses and remembers the good days. Remembers the days when those similar shots went in rather than missing.
Exactly. And you'll learn off that. You always learn off your mistakes. There's always those what ifs and what ifs and what ifs.
The what ifs, the if onlys, and yeah, easy to shake for the best of players. And so at a young age, just got to try and teach these young guys that you can have good days, bad days, and hang on. So little push out here.
Yeah, I don't like that push out because he can hit the edge of this 1 ball and pop the 10. Or put the combination 1 onto the 10, call the 10.
Yeah, unless he thinks, well, look, I know he can do it, but I haven't seen it so far through 4 frames. So good luck to him. And I guess that's it. Sometimes you've got to get a read on your player. Is he playing with confidence? Are things dropping for him today?
No, I think he's looking at banking that yellow ball in behind the blue ball, or the white ball over there somewhere.
So plays a safety shot. And I think he'll be reasonably happy with that.
Yeah, not too bad a leave. It is cuttable. Thread the needle between the red and black maybe. Or even go around off 2 cushions, get him behind the blue. That's what it looks like he's doing. Nice thin hit between the black and the red.
Yeah, nicely potted.
Perfect. He's Got a nice angle here to get behind the red ball for the middle right pocket as we look at it. We'll just keep it basic. Okay, let's see what he does. Red in the middle pocket, I say, is next.
Oh, misses it. Does so much good work and then just comes undone with those follow-up shots. Jimmy, you talked about threading the needle. Have you ever had to do any sewing?
Well, back in my younger day, yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Never easy, is it? The older you get to try and thread a needle. Oh, both players just out of sorts at the moment.
Okay, tough finish here. Nice shot.
Yep, great shot.
Nice angle here too to put the red ball in the right hand corner, come down for the purple. Neutral. Doesn't need to do anything spectacular. Just run the ball in. Come up middle of the table. Overcut it and overhit it as well.
Got away with that one.
He'll bank this down the table, might even pot the 10. No, he's looking at safety. Try and hide behind the brown ball, purple or black ball. Look, he could have potted that 10 there, close. But he got second prize, he hid behind the purple and the black ball. Okay, jump shot coming out. Bring out the jump cue.
Oh, great shot. Box office right there, baby.
And look at that, no luck at all.
But
Snickers
great
himself.
shot. Never going to have control, are you? It's a little bit of hit and miss, but take some confidence out of that jump shot.
Here comes another jump shot, 2 in a row.
Going high over that ball. Oh, does it again. Action replay. The man is in the zone. It's a cliche in sport. That is superb from the youngster.
Now we might see another one. No, he's going across the table. That's unbelievable. 2 good jump shots into 2 snookers. If he can finish this off, this will be one of the best finishes you'll ever see.
Yep, one of the great frames if he can do this. Well, he's in that zone now. Why not?
Come on, kick this in. Get in the pocket. Oh,
Came just a little underneath it. But 2 extraordinary jump shots.
that's enough, good enough reel to send off to a sponsor.
Imagine what he could do with good coaching, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, you coach him. Sorry, Jimmy.
10% out of all his winnings over a lifetime.
Oh, just too thin on that.
Oh, watch, but look at that brown ball. Is that going to sit in front of the green one? It does.
It's an opportunity at some point for the plant. But can Revelation get himself on the board here? The brother is on match point.
It's a nice shot.
And now that plant shot, as mentioned, is on.
Nice and close to his work.
Still got some work to do. 10 ball in a precarious position, sitting there on that rail.
Oh, a little bit too hard. Just touch that in.
Yeah, it's just,
Needed soft hands.
you've got to understand too, these guys can hear us in the background. On TV, they're 15. And it changes the whole game for them, those peripheral things they've got to learn to deal with. And maybe experiencing for the first time.
Okay, two-way shot.
Comes away with second prize there though. Gets a great run. And this is going to be a very difficult shot now for Genesis. What does he do here, Jimmy?
Well, he can open up and double it, yeah. If we go at a double, he's quite a...
Well, he won't like the fact that he's just seen Revelation hit 2 box office shots, isn't he? He's going to go, well, you know what you can do, brother? I can show you what I can do as well. So, do we see another highlights reel shot here? Plays the shot, brings it up, just kisses the cushion. Still could run in, but it would go down as a fluke. But now it sits right in front of the pocket here for Revelation. And there are 2 twins you're watching out of West Auckland, the Tangaloa boys, 15 years of age, out of St. Paul's College.
Oh, no. Wow.
Got away with it,
That's
hasn't he?
close. That's close. Yeah, that's still on. Puts a bit of pressure on himself.
Can't really afford to miss here. Or if he's going to miss, he's going to have to miss badly.
Look at this.
Game on.
Yeah, but he's still got to get back to the 9 mark. There's no clear pocket for the 9. He's got to try and get back where the white ball is now.
So
somehow.
what's the alternative? Can he play defensively here at all?
No, not at all. He has to pot that 8 and wants to screw back or get back behind the 9. It's the only option.
Go nice and low on the cue ball, so
Yeah.
he's going to try and screw that back.
And he's got the cue power too. I've seen it before.
But missed it.
Good position.
Not sure though. He has still seen enough from his brother to be overly concerned. But it's been a much improved frame here from Revelation.
Okay, he can draw into the side rail here where the 10 ball is. Screw into that and come out for the 9. One good shot.
Got to make the shot first. That does
There
a
you go.
great shot. Ooh, cue
Pressure.
ball though now sits right on this bottom rail. Chinese snooker going to have to come down on the board. Doesn't get the control now of the cue ball. So just pocket the ball in front of him and deal with the consequences.
A lot of pressure on this shot. This is the pressure shot.
He's
He's got it.
That is a very, very good pull shot. That is as good as anything we've seen under huge pressure. He needs to make this one count. And he does. And he gets himself on the board. Great comeback from Revelation Tangaloa. 2 outstanding jump shots. And we will go to a 6th frame. It is Genesis Tangaloa leading Revelation Tangaloa by 4 frames to 1 in the race to 5. Just sensing both players now just starting to relax maybe
Yeah.
just a little bit more.
Yeah, it would have been better if they come from all of their section play yesterday straight onto the main table. They would have been warmed up. Even though they did have a warm-up today in the knockout tournament.
Yeah, outside tables just run differently to this top table. And you might not think it's much, but you're dealing with very, very small margins. Cue ball just stays up. And that's 6. So let's have a look here, Jimmy. Does he push out or does he play that 1 and come back for the 2?
Yeah, plays the 1. You can draw back for the 2 or just leave it there. Draw back would be better. 2 in the middle pocket. So no, he leaves it there. Yeah, I would have drawn back past the purple and 2 in that middle as we look at it.
He's just playing with more confidence, isn't he? Just playing with a little bit more speed. Quite do enough. Nice little safety shot here. Hasn't quite done enough.
Genesis will have a look if that red ball's on past the 4 ball. Needs to find a pocket for that red ball.
Hope you are enjoying coverage here of this 10-ball Predator New Zealand Junior Championship. One of 3 finals we're bringing you this afternoon. This is the under-17 boys.
Yeah, nice shot. It's got the red in between the black and the blue stripe ball to that right-hand corner pocket there.
Proud Samoans. Good to see the Samoan flag there in the graphics.
Gets away with the snooker. Yeah, next we've got Henry and Jeremy. Henry Nguyen, Jeremy Ho.
Yeah, 2 rising stars as well. 2 very proficient cue ball specialists.
Real tough pattern here. 3, 4, down for the 5, back up for the 6, 7, down for the 8, back up for the 9. So it's going to have to be at his real best to finish this off. I think Kieran is into the open final. Kieran Dempsey, the under-21 final, and the open final as well, I think.
Yeah. So Kieran Dempsey out of the Waikato region. As we now see Revelation Tangaloa. And low on that cue ball. Looks to try and cut that. Does it. Good job. Brings it back. Just gets away with it on that 4 ball.
Okay, he's got to thread the needle here. Try and get past that yellow stripe ball. And back down table for the orange ball. Angle there where you can run off 2 rails and behind the yellow stripe ball and back down towards the orange. Punch it in. There you go, perfect. Watch out for the in-off.
It's going to go down.
Wow.
Unfortunate. But that is the nature of this sport. You are dealing with 2 moving balls and angles, spin. So many variables. Sometimes it goes your way and sometimes it doesn't.
Okay, so he's looking at 2 rails here. Watch out for the middle pocket and off. 2 rails behind the green ball. And also watch out for the snooker behind the yellow stripe. Misses both. So he's okay, folks.
Can he run the rack here though? Can he win this New Zealand under-17 10-ball championship? Get himself a mention at his school assembly tomorrow morning at St Paul's College.
Okay, here's the shot of the match. This will win him the frame. If he can get to that 8 ball, he's got a good chance of winning. Don't like the shot he's played. lose control here, I'd say.
Oh, misses it. Now,
Yeah, he lost control, snookered himself.
haven't seen enough though from either player yet to suggest though that he's not going to be back at the table before the end of this frame. So can Revelation take control of the 6th frame? Can't afford to sit down. Great weight, great shot, good start. Leaves himself high up on the table though.
Okay, you play a defensive shot here, sitting behind the blue stripe ball. Just touch the 8 ball, run the white ball in behind. Ooh, he looks like he's going to hit it hard and go for it.
I was going to say, Jimmy.
No, he does what I said, but he's left it on, I think.
Yeah.
No, that's a great shot.
Yep, it is a good shot.
Get the jump cue out, I'd say. And you can see the edge of it.
Going to back himself, is he?
He's going to swing that ball around that blue stripe ball. Low percentage shot. I don't think he's going to hit it.
Oh,
He
did hit it.
does.
Well, difficult shot.
Yeah.
Really difficult shot. But I just love the fact that they're prepared to take this, do these things that you practice. You know, cheeky shots, but actually bring it into a final. Really, really good. Great enterprise, great entertainment. Nice shot now. So, 2 balls away, and we go to a 7th frame. Can he get the job done? That's 1. You'd expect a player of this quality in this class to get it done. And it's a good comeback from Revelation. Here we go, folks. Oh, he misses it. Misses it. Was that the commentator's curse, Jimmy? I didn't say he was going to get it, did I?
Yes, you did.
Did I?
Still not an easy 10 ball here.
No.
Long, straight shot. He has to control that white ball. He looks like he's just running it in at pace.
Yeah, wait here. This for the match. This for the national title. Under 17s. 10 ball. It's on its way. And he misses it. So it is still game on. There is life left in this final. Revelation now has another shot at it. You do sense here, if he gets the weight right, he can run it into this top pocket. Goes high on the cue ball. It's on its way, and it drops, and we will go to a 7th frame. So Revelation Tangaloa somehow manages to snatch victory from the jaws of defeat. And it is still in the contest, still in the game. The 2 brothers from West Auckland battling it out. So, a number of our top players at the moment. We've got Marco Toisha overseas at the moment.
He's in Australia at the moment, the Adelaide Australian Open 9 ball.
And of course, we've also got Sullivan Clark is still away overseas.
Yes, he went to that tournament as well, but he was beaten last night by expat Kiwi.
Top 64.
Yes.
Marco is a top 32. Nice thought about Sullivan Clark yesterday. He's an old boy of Sacred Heart College, and Sacred Heart College yesterday won the Auckland 1A rugby competition. First time they have won it in 58 years.
Wow.
Only 2 schools in Auckland secondary school rugby have never ever dropped out of the Auckland 1A comp, and that is Sacred Heart and Mount Albert Grammar. But Sacred Heart, in saying that, had this giant monkey on their back. Well, they got it off their back yesterday, so congratulations to them. So, 7th frame. Oh, nicely played.
Both Marco and Matt Edwards are both into the last 16 of the Australian Open. 9-ball.
How many frames do they play to?
Race
once
to
they get
9.
into? So race to 9, so that's a good chunk, isn't it?
Yes.
Takes away luck. Let's be honest, short of the frame number,
That's
there's
right.
always an element of luck. It's like T20 cricket. There's always a greater chance of it becoming a 50-50 contest.
Just gets on the 4-ball, the purple one. Can't do much with the white ball, so he'll just stop it there.
Well, he's got to be careful here too, doesn't he, that Genesis, he's got this lead. Doesn't want to start getting the yips. He doesn't want to suddenly crumble under the pressure. Needs to keep a clear head. This is a shot that you'd imagine he'd probably make in practice. So, playing with the Arcos ball. If you're wanting the best equipment, there's only one brand, it is Predator.
Okay, all these balls look pretty good. Looks like it's a little bit straight. Just needs a, no, he's going to do a stop shot. Punch it in. Oh, that's not a very good position, but
Does he bank this shot now, Jimmy?
yeah, he's going all out.
So he's going to bank this, so the pocket closest to him is where he's looking to put it. Nicely done, but puts the cue ball on the rail. Still has an opportunity here though.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, so the brown 7, black 8,
Okay,
striped yellow, striped 10, and
yeah,
he'll take it to an 8th frame.
just needs to put everything into this one pot or win in the game. If you can pot this, you can win. Soft touch. A little bit
Missed
hard.
it, missed
a little
it,
bit hard.
missed it. But it's got second prize, as you say, Jimmy,
Wow, yeah, he got second prize.
because he has pretty much, not quite a snooker, but has not really given his brother an opportunity of potting this 7-ball, unless his brother believes he has a way of finding a miracle. So I wonder whether he looks to maybe play safety here himself.
Yeah, just hit and hope for distance.
Hasn't done it though.
The only good thing that come out of this is he's on the wrong side of the brown ball. It's going away from that black ball, unless he makes it. He's going to nudge it in, come back and play a tough 8-ball. Nice shot.
There, you mentioned it, Jimmy. There we go. Really tough shot now. This will be a case of hit and hope, I think. I mean, he'll have every intent of looking to put it down, but there will be an element of luck. There'll be an element of chance here. They haven't seen enough throughout this final.
There you go, twins. Took me a few years to work out who was who.
Yeah, and now chance here now for Genesis to win this title. Not an easy shot, but a player who is very capable, 3 balls away.
That looks like a 90-degree cut to the left-hand corner pocket.
Yep, and that's what he's called.
He's going to play a nice touch shot. Go all out, in or out. Get perfect on the 9-ball. He does. Oh, but he misses the pot. Oh, way too hard as well. Gifting it back.
Yeah, and we've probably seen revelation on this area of the table. Maybe he's to start to have a little bit more ascendancy. Starting to play with a little bit more confidence.
Oh, he's overcut it too.
Yeah. So neither player wanting this at the moment. Neither player really just grabbing this final by the scruff of the neck. It's been messy. So Jimmy, I'd imagine that you have a bit to do with your development. That we'll just watch this shot. that whatever happens in this final, the fact that you've got this final on tape, you can go back, run it through with them, talk them through it, talk about different options, talk about maybe areas where perhaps they didn't play the way that they should.
Yes, definitely. You can go back, you know, watch the whole game with them. Go through their mistakes, and they can improve off this game, and they definitely will.
Oh, another missed shot.
Okay, here we go. This is it. This has got to be it.
So this now, 3 balls away from wrapping up this title.
Okay, so he's going to punch us in with bottom right spin to go in behind the yellow stripe ball. Watch the white ball, folks. Back over there. Yeah, nice. A little bit too hard, but it's not easy. So that's a 10 ball over the pocket.
Yeah, I think, like I say, put these guys on the outside table, put these guys in a practice situation, and this is a 90% shot. In this final, those odds diminish considerably, but he's played it nicely. Now comes back up.
Oh, no.
Got options
no.
on the 10 ball. Oh, tough shot, though. Tough shot. Can run it, though. Just needs to just draw this back slightly. It is on.
Just make sure the pot let the white ball run. See this sitting over the pocket. A little bit too close to his work.
Does it this for the title. Runs
That's
it, runs it, runs it. He's got it, and there it is. He'll win the national title. So New Zealand under-17 champion goes the way of Genesis Tangaloa over his twin, his brother, Revelation, by 5 frames to 3. And congratulations to him, courtesy of Predator. And 2 young men who have big futures ahead of them on the championship table for the first time. And just some final thoughts from Jimmy, the Professor Henry.
Yeah, both on the final table, you know, both getting used to the conditions and the speed of the table, and yeah, they will come back better next time, both of them.
Well, don't go away, folks, because coming up shortly, we've got our next final. Henry Nguyen up against Jeremy Ho. Looking forward to this one as we continue our live coverage of the 10-ball Predator New Zealand Junior Championships from the Masse Club in Pukekohe.
Ladies and gentlemen,
this isn't about what we wore back in the day.
we're going to go now. Going once, going twice, no more offers. Scored!
It's about being trusted to get a better result for our clients since 1973.
Being a rural school, travel is always a huge cost when playing sport at Central Hawke's Bay College. With the funding from Apollo projects, we've been able to lower travel costs to allow more students to participate in secondary school competitions. Where families have more than one child participating in sport and participating in more than one sport, the financial impact can be huge. Thank you to Apollo projects for the huge difference you have made to our students' participation levels in sport.
No mate, haere mate, piki mate, kaki mate. Welcome to the Masse Club in Pukekohe as we continue our live coverage of the 10-ball Predator New Zealand Junior Championships. We've just brought you coverage of the Under-17 Championship going the way of Genesis Tangaloa, 5 frames to 2 over his twin brother Revelation Tangaloa. Now, the stakes increase. This is an all-North Shore final. It is the Under-19 men's final between 2 rising stars, Henry Nguyen and Jeremy Ho, both from the North Shore. So technically, Jimmy Henry, it is the war on the shore.
Yes, it is, and they're both great players. They've both been knocking at that senior division final, and yeah, it's going to be a good game.
Yep, okay, so it will be the race to 5 frames, and we will just here see Henry Nguyen making his way, and we'll ask both players now to come up for the lag to determine who breaks. It is the 10-ball format. 10 balls on the table. You must sink them in order 1 through 10. However, you can sink the 10 ball at any point during a frame off the object ball, as long as you do call it. There are no flukes in this format of pool. And we have set it every time we bring live coverage from the Masse Club in Pukekohe. This is a world-class table. Television lights. This table runs just a little bit quicker perhaps than the outside tables that most of these players have played on. And I'll argue, Jimmy, it might just be the player who adjusts early to the run of the table and to the cloth that might just get the upper hand.
Yes, exactly. You know, the speed's the key here on this table. They have had a lot of pool today. They've been playing an open tournament as well, so they'll be all raring to go. Both of them warmed up, so it's going to be quick games, I'd say, out of these two guys. Very good players, like I said earlier. They've been knocking on that senior finals door for a long time, and they are going to get there. It's just a matter of when.
So it will be Jeremy Ho who will break.
Yeah, this guy here is good future in 8-ball, 9-ball, or whatever Q Sports he chooses.
Well, I just think we might see a bit of a push out here maybe, because that one is not an easy shot.
Yeah, I think he might just hit it and send it around the table.
Go around the world, you reckon, Jimmy?
Yeah, just at the edge of it, just try and hold the white ball. And let that one ball run around the table, hopefully in behind something, but no, it doesn't. He did hit it at that pace to do what I said.
Okay. So still a long way to go in this first frame, but it won't take much for this to open up, and you expect these two players to be able to run a rack, and misses that though, and that's what we talk about. Jeremy Ho, that is an uncharacteristic shot of a player of his quality, and that is just that adjustment.
Yeah, Jeremy's got a big future in the game. He's been in a lot of good top seniors this year, a lot of the open tournaments, and these two have been at it, for the last 5 or 6 tournaments. Just a little bit snookered here. Might be able to just hit the edge of the 2-ball and hide behind the 6 or the 9.
That'll give us a better shot there. So, no, you might have a shot here, Jimmy.
I don't think it's on. I think you're going to see that white ball sitting behind the 9 strike ball or the green ball.
So, defensive shot coming up is what Jimmy's saying here for Henry Nguyen.
If it is on, he'll be going around the back of those 2 balls quite firm and hard. Well, how about that?
But those middle pockets have a really, really nasty edge on the corners.
Okay, this is going to test him. Yeah, he's got 2 options, either play safe, double that blue ball.
It'll be interesting here. I think Jeremy Ho looks like a player. He's looking to play some safety, and he does.
The jump cue might come out. I think he can still see the edge. Just a little bit of tussle for a bit of control here. These guys on a different level to the first 2 Tangaloa boys we saw, only because they play a lot more tournaments and they practice a lot more.
But I think also too, when you're dealing with under 16s or so under 17s versus under 19s, it's amazing just what that extra couple of years can do in terms of your development and maturity.
Yes, yes.
There's a big difference between being, say, 15 and 19 or 18.
Nice Nice shot there. Nice weight. Where's the purple ball going to go? So you can try and get him behind it. Be the best bet. Or just pot the red ball and look for a safety somewhere. That's what a lot of the top players would do. Pot the ball and try and get a safety on him.
Runs that down. Let's just have a look here.
Yeah.
Plant is on.
And there goes the safety. Yes, the plant's on too, Mark. Nice spotting.
So
Yes, he's called it. Wow.
4-6.
He's going to have to hit this hard to get that purple ball out into the
I
open.
missed it. A little bit rushed on the shot, perhaps. So opens the table up now, but still. Go back up the table, you look at the 6 ball and the 7 ball. Stuck there at that top end of the table on the rail.
Four might be okay. To get to the 5 might be okay as well. No, he's going and behind the orange ball, which is a nice shot.
Yeah, great weight on that too.
That green ball is on. Because this ball's going to go across the table and then he's got a shot on it. He's having a look at it now where he wants to be, right there. See where he's lining it up.
It's a unique sport. No one frame is ever replicated.
Okay, so try and go into it.
There are certain sports, aren't there, Jimmy, where there are familiar patterns that develop. Tennis, forehand,
Yes.
forehand, forehand, backhand, and there's certain way rallies might play out. This game is every single frame is always different.
Oh, definitely, yeah. You wouldn't get the same frame every time.
And that's what makes it unique. There is no established pattern which pops up, say, more regularly than others in terms of shot making. Done a nice shot. Comes back down though. A lot of work to do now here on the 7. Does he play safety here, Jimmy?
Yeah, it looks like a safety. He can go for the cut, fine cut, and let the white ball run. And just hopefully he lands on the 8.
What he needs to do is nominate a pocket if he is looking to
No, I think he's going to try and hide somewhere.
give himself the best of both worlds. Just needs to nominate the pocket, and even if it's a fluke, if he's called it, he's called it.
Okay, you're going to see that brown ball come behind the black ball and the yellow stripe ball, I say. We even get the white ball down there.
So,
Yeah, nice shot. Nice. Very nice.
yeah, really well played. That is the touch, the Midas touch. That is the shot of a quality player. The player
Yeah.
who has the ability to be patient, to be able to play the defensive shot, to turn offense into defense.
Yeah, and you get some players that would have taken that cut on, a little bit trigger happy, but he played the right shot. Corner's been called. Goes into any other pocket. It's a nice little turn. Uh-oh, look at this. Get that jump cue out again.
I think he might be able to thread the needle here. No, he's going straight back for the jump cue. Let's just have a wee look. Can he get through there? I don't think he thinks he can. So now let's see if he can box off a shot here, folks. TV shot. And almost pulls it off. Boy, he doesn't waste any time, does he? He just gets into it. And he picked up second prize here, Jimmy.
Yeah, he's returned the favour.
Yep.
What goes round comes round.
Yep, going to live by the sword, die by the sword. Here we go. So, right, just again go above the table here and just have a look at what. There we go. That gives you an idea. a little bit messy at the moment. And cue ball drops. And now you'd expect here that Jeremy Ho should have the ability to close this frame out.
Yes, definitely 7 and 8 ball in the same pocket. So the white ball, oh, he's running forward. So
I was going to say, I thought he might just draw this back, but he's going to come down now, play this bottom right pocket.
Yeah, just natural angle, run into position. Run forward again and come back up maybe. Yep, nice pace.
I like there's a lot to like about Jeremy Ho. He holds the cue well.
Yeah.
He's got great posture. He looks very balanced when he plays.
And he does a lot of his work and practice at home, as well as ball and blues.
Yeah, just want to say, I mean, we're always encouraging people here, as they are a key partner, to join the Masse clubs. But of course, if you live on Auckland's North Shore, don't be afraid to check out pools and blues. If you are inspired by what you see and you want to play maybe a slightly higher level or more regular basis than perhaps you do at home. And of course, you can check out the Masse clubs too, sort of from Taranaki up. And of course, join the Masse club and you've got access to Jimmy the Professor Henry.
And that's for free.
Yeah, just be prepared though, he will take you back to school. That's why they call him the Professor.
Excuse me.
Got no real nicknames for these two players, and Henry Nguyen or Jeremy Ho.
Okay, so this is where you're going to see how good play he really is. Navigate that white ball around the table, yellow to blue. Perfect. Nice angle to get to the red. It's got to be where that green ball.
Now, I like this young Jeremy Ho. He's just there's something about him. There's a presence about him too. He just seems to be a really good student of the game. Has he done enough here?
Yes, perfect. Just got to avoid the blue strike ball. Blue strike ball. Avoid that. Beautiful. Nice angle.
Yeah.
Look at that. That's perfect.
Now, a chance here to run this rack.
You can either stop it there or just draw it back a little bit.
Just brings it back a little bit. So now, here we go. So 5 is on.
Natural angle towards the green
And
ball.
And then it'll be the green 6, brown 7. Nicely done. Maybe just...
You get up to the middle of the table, anywhere in the middle. The hard part is the 8 to 9 there, Mark.
Yeah, I was going to say that 9 ball just sitting there precariously, isn't it?
Oh, he's got a great angle to get straight on it. Run it through with a little bit of spin to
Gotta
go
make the shot.
right and
Just
behind.
got to get this shot.
A little bit too
Just
hard.
Got to get this shot here. And he gets the shot. And so now, it's all sort of make or break here.
Yeah, straight back down the table for the 9.
Nicely played. Boy, you would not think this young man is under 19 with the way he's playing, the confidence he's showing.
Okay, now he's just got to avoid that middle pocket. He'll go across the table. Watch out for the middle pocket.
Runs it down, runs it down. Does he get it in? He does. And gravity goes his way. And so, 1 shot away from going to 2 frames up. Runs it nicely, and just like that, Jeremy Ho leads Henry Nguyen by 2 frames to 0 in the race to 5 in this 10-ball Predator New Zealand Junior Championship, this under-19 final. A war of the 2 boys from the shore. It's got a rhyme to it, hasn't it, Jimmy?
Yeah, well, I like that. Yeah, the sound of that.
A war on the shore. We're not quite on the shore, but
How was that? That was like 2 minutes for that run out. Okay, in the background you see Kieran Dempsey and Alexandria Andres. A couple more big future names in big sport. Q Sports.
so 1 ball has gone down off the break. 9 ball's gone down as well. Now, if it was 9 ball and the 9 ball went down off the break, you'd win the frame. But as there are no flukes in this, and the 10 ball is the final destination ball, if the 10 ball was to go down, they'd bring it back up on the table.
Okay, you can pot this to get on the red ball. How is he going to do that? No, he doesn't. But he would have been on the red ball.
I think he's probably okay in terms of turning the table over here at the moment to Henry Newen.
Well, if Henry gets a good shot on that blue to red, if he gets a shot at the red, he could run that rack. It's good enough to do it.
Again, that run of the table.
Okay, runs into position. So your first shot should be run into position. Touch this in. Nice, beautiful angle on the 5 ball for the 6 ball. Okay, he's got options here. He could run around the rails. He could stun for the green ball in the middle pocket, opposite middle pocket. He could run it forward and just touch it in like that. Beautiful, nice angle to get to the brown ball. Green to brown.
Putting on an absolute masterclass at the moment is young Jeremy Ho, playing with real confidence. Love to see him play with this level of freedom when he comes up against the likes of the Marco Toishas. Sometimes when you come up a player of such reputation, you tend to go into your shell a little bit.
He's needed to run a little bit more.
He gets
perfect, perfect.
So, 2 balls away from winning yet another frame to go to 3 frames to love. And the race to 5. Playing with real urgency, real energy. Really good display here from Jeremy Ho. And just like that, goes out to 3 frames to love over Henry Newen in the race to 5. Live coverage from the Masse club here in Pukekohe. Special acknowledgement to Whakata Māori for their ongoing support and coverage of junior sport around the country. And of course, their commercial partners.
Okay, we might see a repeat of last game. Henry get a frame here and carry it on. Thing is, Henry can play this just as well as Jeremy too when he gets going. That's a nice shot. Okay, this, wow. 3 balls not very in a difficult position there, so.
Can he draw that cue ball back playing the 2 here, or does he have the, still doesn't have an angle on the 3 ball though, does he? Still doesn't have the pocket for it.
Yeah, he has no pocket for it. He can draw it, like you said, he can draw into it. No, he's
Going to play
collecting,
safety.
yeah. Just bide his time. He knows that just one thing to go wrong for Jeremy and he's in. He's in like Flynn. One little mistake can change the momentum. That's all Henry's waiting for. Plays just as good as Henry. Sorry, it's Jeremy. Shot. Beautiful safety, hard to get out of this.
Yeah, great defensive play from here. Henry Newen just trying to put the pressure on Hope, seeing if he can make the mistake. He blinks first. far, Jeremy Ho.
He's nominated the top right-hand corner pocket there.
And misses the shot. And so, opportunity now for Henry Newitt. Can he capitalise on the mistake of Jeremy Ho? What can he capitalise on his very good previous defensive shot?
Well, he could play 2-10 ball here. He's looking at it because of the 3 balls tied up. So it gives him a free shot at the 10 if he wishes. Or he can play the 2 into the corner and open up that red ball. Run this in and then, no, he's going for the combination. He's going for a quick game here. So if he puts his 10 in the corner, he wins the game. Lowest ball onto the 10 ball wins the game.
So here we go. Can't quite do it. Great intent though. Has he opened the door here though? 3. Still a difficult shot because of that green 6 ball.
Yeah, so what the best players tend to do is just pot this ball and just nudge off that red ball and run away and hide. Okay, as he knows the right ropes for the game. Just run away and hide up the table somewhere.
So he's just going to run this cue ball.
Oh, he doesn't get it, but try to hide behind the green ball. It's quite an easy shot.
Still low.
Yeah, no clean shot for Henry. Yeah, so he'll have to play a defensive shot, come back and hide behind the green ball. Perfect. Great shot. That could be the winning shot there. Jeremy knows he has to hit the ball. Otherwise it could be over.
And look at that, folks. That is not an easy, viable option for him at the moment. Percentages run in the favour here of Henry Newitt. Really good defensive shot. That's one area he's been very good, Newitt. Through 3 frames. Just hasn't had an opportunity to get onto the front foot. Great effort from Ho, but not enough.
Okay, Henry's been very patient to get to this situation here. He worked hard for this situation. Now all he has to do is run the balls.
So pretend this is a practice session.
Okay, a little bit tricky from the orange to the green ball. The 5 ball to the 6 ball. 4 is okay. Get a shot on the 5. He's ended up a little bit too straight here, so he might have to run forward and back out. Or stop the white ball there would be best. Yeah, nice shot, nice angle. Natural angle to get towards the green ball. Oh, he didn't want that kiss. He drops the cue in disgust.
So hands the advantage now back to Jeremy Ho.
Okay, so you can just probably touch the screen and hide behind the brown ball. It's probably the best shot to play. Otherwise, nudge the green ball and run for distance.
Amazing how quickly things can turn. You go on the offense to suddenly
There you go, there's
having
the
to
touch.
be defensive.
There's the touch, but a little bit too hard.
But still,
Okay, a TV shot coming up.
what are we looking, Jimmy? This right bottom pocket, or are we looking at the middle pocket?
No, you're looking at the bottom pocket, but you're looking at the white ball going down the table and back down for the brown ball.
Okay, so here we go. Green,
It's got to avoid
Bottom
the
right.
9. Yeah, avoid the 9 stripe.
cuts it, goes back up, brings it
that.
down. Let's have a
Wow.
look at that cue ball position. And we talk about box office, we talk about the television shot right there, folks. Very, very good from Jeremy Ho. And well picked up by the professor. Superb Q Sports at its finest.
It's got to put this. Well, look at this, folks. Off 3 rails, back down.
While we bring you that replay, I can tell you that, in fact, he has put that 7 ball down. And now the 9 ball. And 1 shot away now. Not an easy 10 ball shot, but a player of his quality should get it done. And there it is.
Watch out, watch out, watch
It's
out.
going to go down, it's going to go down, it
Watch
goes
out.
down, and just like that, he hands the frame back to Henry Newitt. So what could have been a 4-love lead now is 3-1, just like that, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Commentator's curse.
That's all he was waiting for too. That's all he could have been waiting for. The momentum could change here now. Been very patient. It should be 4-0, but now it's 3-1. A little bit closer. The thing with Jeremy, he could have just run that in at pace. Didn't have to play that bottom and that hard.
Oh, it's all about learning though, isn't it? You still feel comfortable with the way he's playing. He certainly looks the more confident of the two, and both having a bit of a laugh at it. I think they realised that maybe Henry got away with one.
And the way he is playing, Mark, is, well, he's put the time in, you know, you can see he's
Oh,
put
look,
the
he's
time in.
playing with huge confidence. I've
Yeah.
got to say he's potentially the best I've seen since, well, you know, from what I've seen today, you know, when we go and we have a look at Marco Teuscher and we do go look at Sullivan Clark, there's a lot to like about this young man.
Look how the momentum's changed now. Ball in hand for Henry.
Just got to just slow things back down
Yeah,
here, Henry.
of course,
Just
yeah.
relax. Take his time, refocus. He's got to block that out and move on.
Big frame here, this one. If you can get this one, he would rattle the cage.
So 3 frames to 1 is that score. I'll just bring that score up for you in a moment.
Oh, I don't like this shot. He might have snooked it himself. He needed to get to that too. Okay, defensive shot coming up. Send the white, the brown, blue ball between the black and the yellow stripe ball. Nice shot. Both of them got good defensive games. Okay, golden opportunity here now for Jeremy to run the rack. 2 to 3's relatively easy. It's pretty good. Nice angle to put that 3, come up for the purple ball or touch it in. 2 options. Yeah, he just touches it in.
Yeah, nicely played. Again, just plays with so much confidence. Looks so beautifully balanced.
Yeah, nice touch. Okay, this is the tricky part of the frame. Green, orange to green. Okay, this is where he's going to show his true class.
Yeah, this is where he's got to just calm the nerves, and again, perhaps play with just maybe just near of too much confidence, but do like the way he's playing. He looks very comfortable at the table. Now, Henry Ewan, if he sits down, he can't run this rack. He thinks he's in a bit of trouble, but does he have a defensive shot here, Jimmy? Does he have any options other than to go for this?
I don't think he just puts the ball if it's on. Another 2 that are close mates. It's always hard to play a close friend. It's a great safety shot.
Yeah, really nicely played under the circumstances, but has left the door ajar here. Maybe just not quite enough weight on that cue ball, but let's have a look. That's 1. Now, difficult shot. Don't know whether he's got a path through to the green 6. Can he squeeze past that 8, Jimmy?
No, he'll go in behind the 9 ball, yellow stripe ball, and kick it out.
Okay, so he's going to kick it out. So he's here, Jimmy, play it. So this is just nominated a pocket here, or is he just
Yeah,
looking
he
to?
has. He's nominated the corner.
Okay, not a bad outcome after finding himself in a very precarious position.
Okay, Henry needs one good pot here. Concentrate on focusing on just potting the ball. Can't hold the white ball. There you go. Great shot. That brings them right back into contention of taking this frame out. Great angle. Stop the white ball there. Okay, and he's going to bring the white ball right back to where it is now. Or he can go across table, depending.
Boy, you do wonder how costly that mistake from Jeremy Ho
There it is, right back to
in
where
that
it is.
previous frame could end up being really just an unforced error on the 10 ball. Another difficult shot here for Ewan, and he gets it down, and 3 frames to 2 now. We'll go to a 6th frame, so momentum swing going the way of Henry Nguyen. As we go back and just have a look at the final moments of that 5th frame. It's a really good comeback from Henry Nguyen in this 10 ball Predator New Zealand Junior Under 19 Championship.
Then we've got the under 21s after this mark. Got another 2 sharpshooters cleaning their guns out.
And who are we looking forward to in that final?
Sheridan Burmester and Kieran Dempsey, a close match, hard to call.
Yeah, 2 players who know each other well. Big bounce Burmester, of course.
Don't want to call that.
I think both have recently just come back from overseas, haven't they?
Yeah, they were both at the VNEA World Championships, and again, those 2 in the final, where Kieran actually won the World Championship final. And then they came back to New Zealand, and Sheridan beat them in the Open 10 ball junior tournament. So,
It's all locked up.
yeah,
Great rivalry. You don't have Andre Agassi without Pete Sampras, and no different here. Jeremy Ho, Henry Nguyen. Great rivalry developing amongst these 2 players from Auckland's North Shore in this under 19 final. And it is Jeremy Ho who are really wanting to try and get the job done here. It's all there for him. 8 ball, 7, green 6. When you look at the balls left on the table, what's going to provide the greatest degree of difficulty for him if he is to run this rack, Jimmy?
yeah, just getting from the orange back to the green.
So from the 5 ball to the 6 ball. And now just taking that extension on his cue.
Okay, needs a good angle here on the purple ball to get back to the orange ball. See how all the even numbers are down one side of the table, all the odd numbers up this side. So he's got to go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Okay, one part of the puzzle done. He's got a good angle here to draw with the white ball back to where it is now, somewhere in that area.
So starting to get to that critical point in this championship final for both players. Does it nicely, draws it back.
And like I say, this is the hard part, only because that brown ball's in the way where you can't move around the table that freely. That brown ball's in the way.
He'll be aware of it too. Really see the mind working overtime.
See that brown ball, put him off,
And now
put him out of position.
he snookered himself. And so a defensive shot or just a hit and hope shot.
Just got to make sure he hits the ball. If he misses this, Henry's got that frame, next frame.
So
And he knows it's very important to just make the ball. Must make contact, otherwise it could be all over. Make it 3-all. And I'm backing Henry to finish it.
and he's nominated a pocket too, so that's always smart in case you do pull off the fluke. All missed it.
He's in trouble. Well, he's made it a little bit harder by moving that 9 ball. That 9 ball in the open, it was easy, but now he's got to go from the 9 back to the 10 once he gets his first 3 balls. Relatively just join the dots. 6, 7 and 8 is okay, 9 to the 10 is the hard part. Good angle here to get back towards the 8 ball. Centre table. Again, watch out for the in-off.
Oh, missed it, and hands it back. Now to Jeremy Ho. Shouldn't be too much difficulty here now.
Second knife. Jeremy, beautiful shot, nice angle.
Enough weight, left it a little bit short.
Okay, this is where we're going to see speed control, back and forth across the table.
Oh, nicely done.
Beautiful, yeah, that's great. Speed control, perfect line. It's a little bit straight. Youch, you wanted an angle on this, but just draw down the table, put that 10 ball in the right-hand corner pocket. Nice shot, perfect.
And there we go, this to go to the top of the hill to go with a 1 frame of winning this championship. Jeremy Ho over Henry Nguyen now leads by 4 frames to 2 in the race to 5. So both players guilty at just making some unforced errors at key times. It was Jeremy Ho who was guilty of it in the 4th frame. Henry Nguyen there in the 5th frame. So some might say natural justice. Jimmy, I want to talk to you a little bit about the equipment. You've been in the game a long time, of course, when it comes to cue selection. There's no brand better than Predator, but in your lifetime, how many cues have you been through, and what's been noticeable with the evolution and the development of the cues from, say, what you originally started with to perhaps what the cues offer today?
Yeah, I've been through quite a few cues, and yes, I stuck with the times, you know. You always need the best equipment, and yeah, they've gone from the wooden cue, spliced the shafts, to the carbon fibre now, and everyone uses carbon fibre. A little bit much stronger hit, less deflection. With wood, there's a lot of deflection on some shots, but with the carbon fibre, less deflection.
I guess too longevity with those cues as well. You know, you look at a lot of sports equipment and you see a lot of innovation, particularly sports like cycling. You'd think that the innovation in cue sports is limited, but as you've just described, we have seen considerable innovation over the years. So the 6th frame.
Yeah, I've been with Predator a lot. You know, it's all my gear's been Predator.
Of course, the cues range from some pretty good price points to clearly, like anything, some quite expensive ones at the top end.
Yeah, you're looking at like for a good one, good Predator, you're looking at like 1,800. For the expensive ones, up to $4 grand, $5 grand.
You should just emphasise that it's nice to have good equipment, but you cannot buy your way to the front.
Yeah, a lot of hard work to get to the front. Oh, another and off here.
Yeah.
Wow. He's finding that middle pocket. Still a difficult finish here for Henry. The key would be trying to get from the 6 ball to the 7 ball, which is green to brown. Purple and orange are okay.
Yep, that's 1.
Watch out for the Chinese snooker, he's okay. Okay, just wants to be in the middle of the table, or he could draw back for the 6 in the middle pocket if he wishes. Just keep it simple. He does draw back for the 6 in the middle. Okay, this angle will either give him a snooker or be behind that brown ball. He needs to be behind the brown ball to pot it somewhere up the corner pockets, up the table.
So I hope you are enjoying coverage here of this 10-ball Predator New Zealand Junior Championship. Earlier today we saw Revelation Tangaloa take on his twin brother Genesis Tangaloa in the under-17 final. Genesis winning that in the finish by 5 frames to 2. Now this under-19 final between two very close friends.
Yeah, maybe 3 rails here. Look, getting behind a little bit too hard.
moment now for Henry Nguyen, just really to stay in the fight. Plays a defensive shot. Has he done enough? Nicely played. But shouldn't have too much difficulty for Ho, but can Ho return the favour? What are his options, Jimmy?
Yeah, just go in behind and give it a little flick. And go in hard and hope for some distance and a bit of luck. But I think you can just see the edge. Yeah, he's looking for another safety.
Yeah, and returns the favour. Really nicely done. That's a great shot, but a distance also on that shot.
So a little bit of luck involved here on where to leave that 7. Nobody knows. Just hit and make sure it
So
touches the rail.
a little bit of hit and hope. Brings it back up the table.
Look where he's left him. Easy pot, but hard to get position on the 8 ball. But this guy's got the cue power to go around, excuse me, around the table. And back down for the 8. Wow, what a little nudge that.
I was
That
just going to
was
say.
a lucky nudge off the 10 to sit there.
Yeah, picked up second prize again, didn't he? Really difficult shot now here for Henry Nguyen.
So don't go far, folks. We've got the other 2 young guns ready to have a shootout.
Yeah, looking forward to that one too. Between Big Bounce Burmester.
Oh my God. How was that? Look at this. He's going to get the snooker. No, he doesn't.
No, neither player wanting this frame, are they? And so now a real chance for Jeremy Ho to wrap this up.
Yeah, he's got a good chance here, but it's not easy to get back towards where the white ball is now.
Yep, so he's going to have to play with this a right amount of weight.
Yeah, and just avoid the in-off.
The first part of the job is done. The
Oh,
weight's
wow.
good, the weight's good, the weight's great. Great shot from Ho, and there he is.
Perfect.
Now, 3 shots away from a national title. That's 1.
There you go, nice shot. Okay, watch out for the in-off. He played this shot last time and went in-off. Same sort of shot.
No, he'll learn from it, hopefully. So it's all about the weight too.
10 in the same pocket, I say.
And here
Oh,
we
he's
go.
all right.
And now it just brings it back across. Has some options here. This to win this New Zealand Under-19 10 Ball Championship. And just like that, Jeremy Ho does it by 5 frames to 2 over his good mate Henry Nguyen. And he is the New Zealand 10 Ball Champion at Under-19 level. Brought to you by Predator, the New Zealand Pool Association and Masse. Congratulations to Jeremy Ho, one of the real rising stars of the sport, taking out the National Under-19 Championship. We'll take a break. When we come back, we bring you the Under-21s.
Thank you.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Yeah.
This isn't about long-distance calling, technology, or living overseas.
Do I have one more bid? Thank you.
We're going to go once. We're going twice.
And we are sold to the Kiwi phone bidder from Manchester.
It's about Bailey's finding buyers that others can't. This isn't an ad about four-wheel drives. It's about knowing the place, as well as the locals.
You found the place. That's a good start. Built by my great-grandfather.
No mate, haere mate, piki mate, kaki mate, and welcome to the Masse Club in Pukekohe as we bring you live coverage of the 10-ball Predator New Zealand Junior Championships. It is now an under-21 final between two genuine stars of New Zealand Q Sports. Kieran Dempsey up against Sheridan Big Bounce Burmester. And the lag is underway to determine who breaks. Now, again, folks, we don't have a nickname for Kieran Dempsey. If you've got any thoughts, maybe you could put them in the comments column. But very successful recent campaign overseas, picking up a World Championship title for Kieran Dempsey. And of course, to talk about that and a lot more, to bring you all the expert analysis, the man they call the Professor, alongside me, Jimmy Henry. Jimmy, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, Mark. Thanks for that. Yeah, two good players, probably, I'd say, two of the best juniors that Masse have got. Both sound technique, both good knowledge of the game, both know how to win. I think it's been like tournament for tournament out of these two, and both of them win the World VNA Championships, as you said earlier, first and second. Okay, so who makes the least mistakes will win this match. I can't pick a winner yet.
Yeah, well, a dry break, but still a pretty good break there. I'm going to throw this back onto Burmester. So Burmester has the option here of a push out or possibly playing a defensive shot. He'll come to the table. The man just known as Big Bounce.
No defensive shot here by Sheridan. He'll go for the kill. Nice bot here on the one. Excuse me.
So going to be strategic early on in this final.
It's called one in the middle pocket.
Just runs that nicely into that middle pocket, nicely picked off.
Good angle to get to the three. You can either play it soft or the position for the three ball in the middle. Or even go two rails for the opposite middle.
Just runs that. So good start here from Kieran Dempsey. Now these players are both very capable of consistently running racks, consistently ensuring that the other player doesn't come to the table. We've seen a lot of Kieran Dempsey over recent years, and sometimes it's just been closing out matches. He does so much good work and then often just comes undone on some simple shots. The 10 ball has gone down, but of course it comes back up on the table. There's no flukes in this form of the game. Now Burmester looking to run it up, but has opened the door again now for Kieran Dempsey.
Nice shot there. Perfect line on the four ball. Just that green ball to brown ball, 6-7. back for the 6 in the middle. Down the corner. Six in the corner, left this angle so he can get to the brown ball straight across the table.
Runs that nicely, Dempsey. So looking good. Finding his form pretty early on. Can he make the shot though? These are the key shots for him. Where in the past he's just made those little mistakes. We said it's just about closing. It's still just almost at times appears to be a little bit of a mental block for him. And now you would expect big bounce Burmester. Let's just have a look at the shot that he's got from at 7. So not an easy shot for him. What's he look to do here, Jimmy? Does he have a safety option, or does he just look to put distance between himself?
He's actually going to jump here. Jump over the 10, try and put the 7 ball.
So this is another television shot, what we call box office. Hitting down on the cue ball, shorter cue that he brings out.
Jump double.
Goes 1. And not successful, but nothing ventured, nothing gained. Love the enterprise here. But now a real opportunity for Kieran Dempsey to close out this first frame and take the early lead. The VNEA World Champion.
Yeah, nice shot. Nice weight. Can run off 2 rails or straight back down the table. Oh, he's over that, and that's only because he was reaching. Not too bad, but still, he wanted to be a little bit straighter.
But he's good enough to play this, isn't he, Jimmy?
Yeah.
He's still good enough to play this.
Just missed the middle pocket.
Runs it nicely, great weight, drops, and we talk about that middle pocket, comes off, nicely set up. And so this shot to take Kieran Dempsey to a 1 frame to nothing lead over Sheridan. Big bounce Burmester.
Yeah, another rivalry between these two. It's going to be a rivalry for like the next 10 years.
Well, that's what you want, each other to push each other. So Kieran Dempsey, we always have a bit of fun with Kieran about his nickname. He doesn't have one. We've called him the Wolverine originally. He didn't like that. Sort of got the flowing hair at the moment, so maybe Hercules perhaps. Break here from Big Bounce Burmester.
Okay, delicate shot coming up here. Nudge the 1 into the middle pocket. He's a good percentage player too, Kieran. He'll play the right shot. Yeah, nice nudge. A bit of work to do here to get around that, behind that 9 ball. The yellow stripe ball and back down for the 3. Can he find the right line? Just missed the 6 coming back down.
Play that with plenty of confidence.
No.
Where has he left himself? Can thread the needle.
You can hit it, double it out, leave this distance. Maybe hide behind the stripe blue ball.
Not a bad safety shot, is it? Not a bad safety shot from Kieran Dempsey. Starting to show those experience of those layers upon layers as a junior player. Really looking to try and establish himself in the senior ranks. One of the last opportunities for both these guys to pick up these national age group titles.
Yeah, the good thing, Mark, we've got at Masse is that we've got so many good young players that are coming through. You know, we've got young players to last us for the next 5 or 10 years.
Yeah, the question I've got for you, Jimmy, and I'll just wait for Kieran to play the shot here. Oh, I missed it. Missed it. Just not quite on his game. This is a great sport. Unlike a lot of other sports, like I do a bit in water polo, one of the biggest challenges facing that sport is getting pool time, having the facilities. Well, Q Sports is not that. There's always a table. There's always opportunity. You can play on the best tables. Question I've got, clearly there's yourself, who's one of the leading coaches in the country, if not the leading coach. But do we have the depth in coaching to deal with, say, the explosion of the sports at a grassroots level?
Oh yes, we have. You know, we've got a lot of good players out there that help the game, and yeah, for the next 10 years, you know, we've got the experience and the players there to help these young blokes. And the reason why I put a lot of time into it is because I've never been helped. You know, people never ever showed me how to play. To learn it the hard way, and it took so many years to get there.
Yeah, and I guess the thing with good coaching is you help take out the guesswork. You can't
Yes.
provide a player experience, but you can help take out the guesswork.
Yep. Like, you know, for some good player to get there without coaching, it'll probably take them 10 years.
Just an hour with you, Jimmy.
Where, no, I wish. But yeah, you know, it could take them 1 or 2, you know. It's 3 years these guys have been playing, and they play just as good as top players.
Now that is better from Kieran Dempsey.
Yeah, he's settled in now. Took him a few shots, but yeah, he's away now. Okay, you can see him run 2 rails into position.
Oh, missed the 9. That's what we talk about. It's just closing frames at key times. So now another tough shot here for Burmester. Can he make this? Oh, beautiful. Beautiful shot under pressure. Brings it back down. Has to take it to 1 frame each. Not quite the angle he'd hoped, but he's good enough. Just got to be careful here of
The middle pocket.
the in off.
Doesn't like it. Yeah, he has to play bottom to swing past that middle. He has to put bottom on the white ball so it swings past it. Naturally, it'll go straight into the middle. There you go, bottom. He's been that good.
Yeah, he has, and there we go. 1 frame each.
Yeah, you know, we've got Marco Twitch here now that people can learn off him. You've got Matt Edwards playing, and Sullivan, he helps a lot with the young juniors. You've got Wayne Carey.
Yeah, the legend himself, Wayne Carey. Yep.
Billiards champion, a lot of experience. You also got blokes like Vince Tate that helps a lot of juniors and schools, and so we've got the coaching staff there. It's got to pass all our knowledge on to the young players, you know, so they get there quicker. They got young Jack Biggs, 12-year-olds that, you know, he's a world champion.
Yeah, I like the look of both those Biggs boys out of Hamilton. Very, very talented young men.
10 and 12-year-olds, you know, and that's what you need. You need them to know the game that young.
Okay, let's have a look at the break here. 3 ball goes down. And now he comes back, and look at that. So, chance here for Kieran Dempsey.
Okay, last time these two played, Sheridan got the better. Kieran up 3-0 and handed it back to Sheridan. Yeah, nice shot, beautiful shot. Okay, just that 6 ball is going to be hard to get to, or hard to get behind. He wants that. If that 10 ball wasn't there, he'd be okay. But that 10 ball's in the road.
So not the shot at the moment, we're talking about the 6 ball. So it's a key thing in this game. You're looking 2, 3 shots ahead. And it's remarkable how you can go, well, look, I'm comfortable with the first 3 shots in front of me, but the 4th is going to be difficult. How do I change the dynamic of that 4th shot? Most of us at home, well, we're happy if we can maybe knock 2 balls down in succession. For these guys, well, they believe they can run a rack and not sit down at all.
Okay, a tough shot here to get on that green ball. Draw back to the middle somewhere. Oh, he's going, trying to get inside it. No, and it doesn't work. See, that 10 ball was in the road for his line to pot the 6. Okay, he's nominated the corner. Just hidden hope here. This is the luck part of the game. We don't know what's going to happen.
Okay, so here we go, folks. Sit back, watch this one.
Oh, wow, look at that. How's that for luck? What a kick shot. Kick shot safety.
Yep, brilliantly played. Brilliantly played from Kieran Dempsey. Very
happy with that.
Yep, very much played with genuine intent there. It wasn't luck, that was just class and great management of the cue ball. And so now big bounce Burmester. What are his options here?
Just go across the table and hit the 6. He's got to make that 6.
So already really nicely poised this final between these two rising stars here in New Zealand.
Okay, he's well short, and that could be...
It is a real opportunity now for Dempsey. Can Dempsey hold it together though?
Yeah, should be game over.
Can he get the job done?
So he's got an easy green. He's got to play position on the brown ball to get to the black ball. Watch where he leaves himself. What sort of angle he leaves himself is the key. He's left himself too straight. Oh, he made it so much harder. Draw back and then back out towards the black. Draw right back to his hand.
So let's have a look here. So you see that cue ball draw back. There you go, off that rail. And so 2 rails.
What a recovery.
Yeah, great shot. Wonderful shot. Well said, Jimmy.
Okay, so he just needs to get straight on this 9 and then it'll be an easy 9-10 finish. And he's gone a little bit too far, has he? No, that's perfect. Look at that. Look how straight that is.
Kieran Dempsey, 2 shots away from going to 2 frames to 1 up. Does this nicely. Now, these are the shots that in the past have got him in difficulty. And this time does get it down, but does just kiss that pocket on the way through. A little bit of a heart flutter, I'd imagine, from Kieran Dempsey right there, but he does get the job done.
There's a bit of a shuffle, early shuffle there.
Yeah, I like the whole sort of blonde hair thing going on at the moment. It reminds me of the great middle distance runner John Walker back in his day.
Oh, mate, you're still trying to look for a name for him.
I have.
Give up.
Well, but wasn't Kieran looking originally at getting into the police force?
Yeah, he's still got those options later on in life. He just wants to see where Paul will take him.
What about Kieran the Sheriff Dempsey?
Kieran the Sheriff.
The lawbreaker? The lawmaker? Anyway, you might have some thoughts. Mind you, nicknames, you can't really just make them up. They've got to sort of just naturally evolve, don't they?
Okay, he's got a 2 ball in the middle if he wishes. He's got the angle to swing in somewhere near the red ball. A lot of bottom on this. Wants to try and hold the white ball off the side rail. Nice shot. So he's got a cut on the 3 ball. He wants to suck into that blue ball. And doing that, that white ball will just head towards the purple ball, which is next. 3 to the 4. Just needs to play this bottom.
So I think what you're hearing with Jimmy's commentary is just how much forward thinking is required. Just how much it's just about controlling that cue ball, having it on a string, being able to just always be that 1 shot ahead. Now, difficult shot here.
Okay, a soft touch. Soft hands needed here. Watch out for that. Beautiful.
Good shot from Sheridan. Big bounce Burmester.
Okay, all forward into position for the brown ball into the middle.
Yeah, 8 ball's going to maybe provide him a bit of difficulty.
Yeah, it will do. He's on the rail. I don't like that.
Particularly with the 8 ball to come.
Okay, so he looks like he can roll forward and
find thread the needle between the 9 and the 10.
That's the one, Mark.
Yeah.
And then when he does...
But control of that cue ball, he almost needs to leave the cue ball where that brown ball is at the moment.
Yeah, just roll a little bit ahead of it.
Yeah, just so he does not snooking himself behind the 10. He'll be aware of it too, so weight's going to be absolutely important. He's got a little bit of room to play with.
Okay, so he's reading it 2 or 3 shots ahead. That's good position. Oh, a little bit too much. A little bit too much. He's out of position.
Doesn't quite have the angle on the 8 ball, does he? He can't quite get him behind. He's going to have to cut it now.
Yeah, nick it and run around the table.
Yeah, well, I said that the shot was on. It was just the weight in which he played. And he'll bring that cue ball back up the table. Catches the corner, but has got away with it. So,
yeah, so Kieran's going to try and stitch him up behind the yellow 9 ball. Bounce the black ball out and sit behind the 9 or 10 ball.
See, if I'm at home, I'm looking to bank this top pocket.
Just percentages is the shot. Oh, he hit that a bit hard. Oh, sold the farm here.
Yep, open the door now. I do, still, that 9 ball. Kissing that rail there. Let's just have a look what he does. He's going to draw that cue ball back, is he?
Yep, that's the one.
And he does. And nicely played, really nicely played for Big Boss. Big bounce Burmester.
Okay, he's got a bit of an angle. He's going to put the 10 ball in the same pocket.
So he goes low again on the cue ball. Brings it back nicely. And this to go to 2 frames each in the race to 5 between these 2 great rivals. And just like that, Big Bounce Burmester brings it to 2. Dempsey Burmester, the race to 5. We'll go to a 5th frame. Nothing in this one. Small percentages, folks.
Yeah, both of them went over to the VNA and cleaned up over there.
You explain VNA in terms of where they sit in the pecking order of international pool and cue sports.
Oh, over in that sort of tournament, they sit up near the, yeah, they're right up the top of the food chain there.
Is it an amateur tournament?
Yeah, pretty much amateur, but a lot of the best players, they get the biggest amount of numbers there, so. Whereas over in the Europe tournaments, then you got the class, like A-grade players, just as good as these guys. These guys are just as good as the European players, but they get to play all the top players all the time because it's such a small circuit.
Yeah, it's always the big challenge here in New Zealand, isn't it? The scale of our population and our strategic or geographical location. And, you know, it's not an easy one, but you've got to at some point go overseas. You've got to pay your dues. We've seen that at the moment. Been done by Sullivan Clark.
Yes.
You know, you learn how to lose to learn how to win. You have to deal with huge amounts of adversity at times, that belief or that lack of it. But you just hang tough, you stay true to yourself, and it's amazing how you can have those breakthrough seasons. Now, Big Bounce Burmester back underway. Maybe he's snookered himself, has he? Can he thread the needle there, Jimmy? We might need to go above the table.
No, I think he can play that shot there. That's on.
Yeah, that's a really good angle of it.
Just follow that through and they come out for the red ball. Oh, he's got away with that nice angle now on the 3 ball. The purple ball next.
So does he run that white cue ball past the purple 4 ball here?
No, he'll just stop it there.
Or is he just going to stop it there and play the
Stop it
same
on the
pocket?
dime. Yeah.
Okay, so same pocket.
Okay, so now this is a little bit trickier here. He wants to get to the middle. He won't get there where he pointed his cue, but he will get a shot at the orange ball in the middle, and I'll pick that. He'll have to play 3 rails off this orange ball.
So 4 ball goes down,
Oh,
cue
he's
ball
missed it.
comes off. Still though, he's got an opportunity here to at least address the object ball, the 5 ball, but it's what he can do then with that cue ball for the green 6, knowing that he's then got to come back for the brown 7.
Okay, so he's just going to run up the table and back down, right to the middle again to play that green in the corner pocket, closest to the green ball. He's looking over that side. I don't know why you want to go to that side. Maybe to avoid the 10 ball.
Oh, cuts it, misses it too. How important a miss is that in the context of this match? Was that the shot to play for Big Bounce Burmester? Now, the door is ajar. Can Kieran Dempsey walk into the kitchen and then take a seat in the living room.
He's got bottom on this, so he's going to screw it back there. He's going to screw it back to where it is now, in that area. A little bit too straight for his liking. Yes, he has to screw it back. Must be a little bit too straight to play forward and back out into the middle of the table. So he's going to draw back. Looks like he's got a lot of power. It's going to be a power shot.
So he hits that aggressively, comes right back.
Oh wow, look at that.
And backs himself.
Great position. Okay, run the white ball down the table and for the brown in the middle. He's having a look where he wants to be now.
Yeah, these guys have played on this table a lot over the years, so they're a little bit more adjusted than maybe some of the finalists we've seen in some of the younger age groups. And he does run it, maybe just a bit too much, but will come off the rail, and there you go.
Still a hard finish coming up. He's got to get the right angle on the 8 ball to get to the 9 ball. So he'll just run this into the middle, back to the middle of the table with the white ball. Give him a nice straight shot on the black ball.
Oh, gets it too. Now, let's have a look at that angle, Jimmy. Is that good enough?
That's perfect. Picture perfect.
There you go. When Jimmy says it's perfect, folks.
Okay, so this is the trick. This is the hard part here. Where's that white ball going to go? He keeps it simple. He's got a good line there to get to the 10 ball too. Watch how he uses that side rail and comes back.
Yeah, I'll keep saying it, and I don't want to harp on about it, but this is the one area where
Kieran,
he's got to address this aspect of his game. He does so much good work, and then almost unforced error costs him and presents the opportunity to his opponent. He'll be aware of it too. Sometimes it just comes with age and maturity.
Okay, I think he's got this. He's going to draw straight back. He doesn't like it. I think he'll punch off the rail. Go into that right hand long rail and then back out for the 10. Punch it.
So Dempsey.
And he does.
Gets it, brings it back up. Lovely shot here from Kieran Dempsey. Boy, that is good. That is good. This to go to a 3 frames to 2 lead. And he does. And there you go, Kieran Dempsey takes the smallest of advantages as we go to frame 6. He leads Big Bounce Burmester by 3 frames to 2 in the race to 5.
Yeah, always close matches between these two players.
I mean,
best.
Jimmy, you're great at calling shots, the perfect shot. But ever thought about doing marriage counselling, sitting down with people prior to getting married, saying whether or not they're the right for each other?
No, I think I'm going to be, I'm going to get the lotto numbers for you.
Yeah.
Try and win you 20-something grand or 20-something million, I
Need a
should
bit
say.
more than that, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Look at that cue ball. Hope you are enjoying coverage here of the 10-ball Predator New Zealand Junior Championships. Earlier today, we had Revelation Tangaloa taking on his twin Genesis Tangaloa in the under-17 final. Genesis winning that one by 5 frames to 2. And then we had Henry Nguyen taking on Jeremy Ho in the under-19 final. Jeremy Ho putting on a wonderful masterclass to win that final, which now leads us to this under-21 final between 2 great friends, 2 great rivals, and 2 emerging stars in the sport in Kieran Dempsey. And it's Dempsey who now comes to the table over Sheridan Burmester.
Okay, and that's after a push out. I think he's going to hand it straight back. There you go. Okay, so he'll get out the jump cue and try and put that 3 ball. He'll nominate the 3 ball. There he goes, nominated the 3. So he's going to jump over that, kiss into the 1 ball, pot the 3 ball. Ooh, nice try, nice effort. He needs a kiss here.
Has Lady Luck gone his way?
Yeah, maybe.
Boy, I'll tell you what, Burmester won't want to drop this frame. He really needs to stay in the contest here. Needs to put the pressure on Dempsey, a recent under-21 world champion. Both players in that final, if you have just joined us.
Yeah, the last 6 players we've seen, Mark, are all capable of being the top juniors in the world. But like I say, they lack that competition against playing class players of, you know.
Yeah. having to deal with that pressure every time you step up to the table, having to be at your best, having to, deal with the psychology of it all too. Or if you do make a mistake, there is no comeback.
Okay, pretty good start here from Sheridan. One's easy. The two's over the pocket, come up for the three. Natural line here, all he has to do is just pot it, find the right pace to get behind the three ball, red ball.
So he's going the blue 2, and then he's going to come right back up the other end of the table for the red 3. So you can see him playing top of the cue ball here. It's just so that he can run it back up the table, and nicely done. And that's a really, really nice shot from Sheridan Burmester.
Yeah, he's got a good angle here. You can see the orange ball going in the middle. Oh no, he's a little bit too straight. Would have been better if he's on the cushion. Natural line down for the orange in the middle, but this is a little bit too straight to do that.
Let's see what he does here.
Just draw back to the middle of the table. That's a great shot.
Yeah, lovely weight on that, wasn't it?
Yeah, beautiful line.
Slightly heavier, but boy, tell you what, for the circumstance he found himself in, as Jimmy said, really, really good here from Sheridan Burmester.
Okay, this is the money ball here. He just needs to pot this money ball.
So he runs it, looking good. Great shot. He's got his mojo. It's all pretty good from here.
Stay high on the brown ball. And he does stay high. Is it high enough? That black ball could be going into the long corner pocket. Just has to run it through. A little bit straight for his liking. There you go, he's going to run it through and take the long black ball up the corner pocket. So what he'll be thinking now is just sit on the rail with the white ball and you'll be perfect. And he does sit on the rail, perfect.
So 3 balls away from taking this to a 7th frame as expected. Do not be surprised if this goes 5-4. Such as the closeness of this rivalry, such as the closeness of these two players. Who blinks first? Runs it nicely, great weight, that's going down. That is a superb shot. And so big bounce Burmester now should get the job done. Don't want to put the commentator's curse on him, however.
Yeah, just draw straight back to his hand. It's going to be, you don't want to go that far, but he wants to be around that area. Just don't want to sit on the rail, he's looking at going forward. The better shot is screw back. Yeah, he's got it.
It's one.
Oh, don't want to sit on the rail, I said Sheridan. Well, it virtually is on the rail.
Pretty much almost a Chinese snooker, isn't it?
Yes.
With that really precarious position. Yeah, and now a tough line, tough angle too. As you said, it's not a straight line. So now cometh the hour, cometh the man for big bounce, Sheridan Burmester. Can't quite see it, takes his time. Does he believe? That's good from Burmester, really good. And we are at 3 frames. We'll go to a 7th under all sorts of pressure. And he responds though. And how good is that for his confidence and his belief? Is it still anybody's game in this compelling 10-ball Predator New Zealand Junior Under 21 Championship final? 2 gladiators, 2 street fighters going toe-to-toe. We've got an open final still to come too.
Yeah, and that's with Alex
That's across
Andres.
all age groups. So Alex Andres, so one of our up-and-coming stars of female cue sports in that final.
And Kieran Dempsey.
And Kieran back up. And we saw Alexandra Andres earlier, not as part of the stream, get up and beat Sheridan Burmester.
Yeah, she did.
I mean, it's one of those sports, isn't it, where really there shouldn't be too much difference between the guys and the girls. It's not a sport that requires huge power.
No strength required.
So, you know, darts is another one. Chess. Chess a sport?
Yeah, definitely a sport, yeah.
Classified as a sport, Jimmy, chess?
Yes.
Really?
Yep.
Always one of those debates, isn't it? Mind you can have that debate around a lot of things, I guess.
Okay, he's going airborne.
So got the jumping cue out.
Called the corner.
So box off a shot here, folks.
Oh, look at that. Great effort. Was heading that way. Has he got second prize? He has got second prize.
So what we mean by second prize is inadvertently, he's pretty much put Sheridan Burmester in a tough position here, almost a snooker. We'd have to go above the table to have a look to see whether or not he can thread the needle here. And
no, he can't. He's going to have to jump it. Fairly easy shot for the top players, this jump shot. If he does make it, he'll be straight on the 2.
And Big Bounce puts it in. That's why he's known as Big Bounce Burmester.
Okay, so maybe he's got an angle here to draw back between the red and the yellow striped 9 ball. The other thing is, other option he has is just roll it forward and play the 3 in the corner pocket, but I think he's going to go back between the 3 and the 9 ball strike ball, and he just slides through there, but it's okay. It's okay. I think he can cut that. If he is going to take that cut on, he'll go behind the brown and the blue strike ball, back around for the 4 in the middle, same pocket.
Okay, so just keep an eye on the cue. Just keep an eye on that cue ball, as Jimmy says. So it'll come off the rail, angle behind the brown and the 10.
Oh no, it's gone bad.
And now he finds himself snookered, so just not quite enough angle, perhaps not quite enough power on the shot.
Yeah, not enough bottom to swing behind that brown ball.
And so he finds himself in a bit of difficulty. Does he bring out the jump cue here? Does he look to go downtown?
If he puts this, got a good chance of running the rack, all the other balls in the open.
So another box office shot here. This time not as effective on it, and has now just left the door slightly ajar here.
Yes.
For Kieran Dempsey. Can Dempsey walk through?
Okay, Kieran can pot this 4, then play a snooker on the 5 ball, or he can play the purple ball onto the 10 strike ball and win the frame. But I think you'll just go for the pot, one at a time. Keep control of the table. He's looking at the stop shot here. He's looking at how he's going to play the 5 ball after he's potted the 4. Is it on? This could be a big moment in the game here.
Well, it's getting to that point, isn't it? Where now it's finally balanced. Oh, almost got it too.
Yeah.
Gutsy effort. But, does it cost him? Interesting though, when you look up the table there, Jimmy, does that 5 have a pocket?
Well, no it doesn't, but in saying that, Sheridan can play a 2 rail shot and go and kick it or get behind it. Best thing would be just to pot it and then lay up a snooker on the 5 black.
So he's brought out the moose head.
There you go. Did he kiss it? No, he didn't.
And now
yuck.
he has snookered himself.
He has. Okay, he's called the middle pocket.
So he's going to play this as another box office baby shot. And here we go. Settle back, folks. Enjoy this one if he pulls it off.
Yeah, this is the key ball in the rack.
So Big Bounce Burmester looking to the heavens, looking for a miracle. He plays it, and he plays it well. He plays it well. The genius of the man.
Great shot, great kick shot. Okay, a nice, delicate 6 ball here, run off 2 rails and behind for 7 in the same pocket.
And he gets that one too.
Watch out for the snooker behind.
Let's
the
have a
10.
look. Let's have a look. Oh, kisses the rail, kisses the cushion. Tough shot coming up for Big Bounce.
I think he's snookered himself. Otherwise he would have been down on the shot playing it. Okay, looks like a jump shot's coming out.
Okay.
Well, he's played some big shots today.
Well, this would be the biggest of all 3 if he was to pull this bad boy off.
Yeah, you want to get to that hill early. You want to have those 2 chances.
I've never been up the hill. I'd love to know what the view looks like, Jimmy.
On the hill, it's good being on the hill. Well, it's not really.
Oh, big bounce, Burmester. Settle back, folks. Box office. I think even Kieran Dempsey has to look across and admire that shot.
Kick, jump. What else is going to bring out of the hat? Probably muff this one up. Straight shot.
So
Nice
negative,
callback.
Jimmy. He was never
No,
going to
that
miss
was-
that, Jimmy. He was never going to miss that, Jimmy.
After 2 fantastic shots like that, they usually do. Okay, just need to roll this forward, put the 10 ball in the opposite middle,
I'd argue this is probably a more difficult shot right here, isn't it?
or he could run off the back rail and back up for the...
As you say, I think it's more about what he does with the cue ball here, and just the weight that he does
just roll
use.
it forward, put it in
And
the
he
other middle.
does.
Yep.
And there we go. So this to go to the top of the hill.
Okay, and this match could be for the #1 ranking in the under-21s as well.
So he runs it in, and there you go. Big bounce, Burmester, a superb frame.
And he's on the hill.
Highlights, he's on the hill, folks. He's standing on the hill in the mountains of dreams, telling himself it's not as hard as it seems.
Song by...
Led Zeppelin, Going to California, great song. Boy, some great shots in there from Burmester.
Yeah. He'll have to send that reel overseas, try and get him some sponsorship.
So now, 4 frames to 3. Match point to Burmester. Dempsey to try and take it to a 9th and deciding frame. Do not go away, folks. Settle back. 2 of the finest up-and-coming players in Q Sports in action. 3 goes down.
Okay, will he do another push-out?
So, real big decision now. I like to think that they've travelled a lot. They've got enough experience to know. Got to remember, there's a gambler in everybody. Man, the great players know how to resist the temptation.
That's one of the keys too, Mark, is resisting that temptation of actually going for it.
And if you're never sure, I'm going to give you a little quote. Las Vegas wasn't built on winners.
Okay, Kieran has to take this one on. If he doesn't get position on the 2, he can play safe. The 2 hasn't got a pocket. It might go past that 9 strike ball, but it doesn't look good.
Okay, so this equally, I reckon, is a box office shot, because this is a hell of a shot to play if he does pocket this.
Okay, watch out for the in-off.
And he doesn't.
Watch out for the in-off.
And he doesn't. Ooh. And has he picked up second prize here?
Yeah, he's got second prize.
So,
Got third prize too.
second.
Putting that 2 where it is. Sheridan working out some sort of safety. He can leave Kieran. Sitting behind the 9. That's a great shot. That could be the winning shot if Kieran don't get out of this situation and hit that 1 ball. Could be all over. Yep, Sheridan's just grown another leg there, Mark.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a confidence game though, isn't it? But momentum can swing. You know, you can pick yourself up with great shots, but you can come undone equally just off the back of an unforced error.
Nice shot. Nice shot.
And you talk about momentum swings. That's another one. And he's returned the favour. I don't know.
That was
Kieran's overly concerned about hitting the 1 ball. It's more about what he does
Well, whoever puts that 2 balls is going to win the frame here. Whoever can put the 2 ball, well, that could be...
Another really good defensive shot.
No, that's a foul, I think, because it didn't hit a rail, come off the rail, kick the one.
Right, okay, I'll get you to just explain that rule to people. We might just quickly go and see if we can pick up a replay of that. I'm not sure we've got one.
Yeah, so what he's done is he's come off the rail first and then hit the 1 ball. Then after contact, you must hit a rail.
Yeah, okay, and that just stops you from continually just
Yeah.
tapping the ball and playing a tiny little...
Okay, I said whoever puts that 2 ball will win this frame.
So Dempsey, that is the call.
Don't let me down, Kieran. Got everything backed on you to run this frame out. Get to the middle of the table. Slow down. Yeah, that's a good angle. Okay, this is the key shot here to win the frame. If you can pot this, get on that 6 ball, he's okay. The 7, 8, 9 and 10 are pretty good.
Oh, I missed it. Missed it now. The door opens for Kieran Dempsey. I mean, for Sharon Burmester. So Dempsey, just another one of those little unforced errors at a key time.
Yeah, he's a little bit straight here.
So it's not over yet, folks.
Doesn't know how to get back to the 6. He does it well. He does it to perfection, actually.
I mean, the thing for Kieran Dempsey is that he does have another life. He does have an opportunity to take the overall age group title out, which follows this. But he'll want to win the double. He'll want to win both. But I just wonder sometimes when you know in the back of your mind you've got another final, you've got a second life, whether maybe gives you a little bit more of an out.
And this is the run out that Kieran should have had. The 7, 8, 9 and 10. The only hard part of this frame is to get to that 10.
Oh, misses it.
Gives him a chance.
Just, look, I don't want to harp on about it, but we like to play on themes, but just Kieran Dempsey nickname, looking at him, I'm thinking there's a little bit of a Luke Skywalker look about him.
Luke Skywalker.
So maybe
True.
Kieran Skywalker Dempsey.
If he pots this, he'll be in Skywalker, right? He'll be the Skywalker.
Oh, lovely. Runs it. Brilliant. Superb. Wow. Run out of superlatives.
Still got a lot of work. He's going to have the wrong angle.
Under pressure, though. Great shot, considering.
He just probably pot this and take his medicine from where the white ball is right now. Just stop it there. Oh, he tried to punch it out and see he hasn't got a good angle now to get back to the 10. That's why it would have been better to stop it, run 2 rails, and end up where the white ball is now.
Okay, so he's still got some work to do here.
See, he's too short
brings
now.
it back
He's
up,
too
brings
short.
it back up, brings
Come
it
on,
back
get
up.
There, get up there.
So,
He's too short.
Okay. But
So that, yeah, sorry, Mark. That extra angle where he would have stopped that ball on the 8 ball would have given him a better angle to get.
this for the frame. Couldn't do it. Plays it. How strategic has he played it, though?
Yeah,
Good
well,
shot.
It's not a,
not a
it's
bad
give
shot.
me.
Not a bad shot.
It's not a give me.
Under the circumstances, not a bad shot. Big bounce Burmester, who was superb, absolutely superb in the 7th frame. Can he find that form? Can he win this match? You sense that it's Burmester's here. Right, looking to write another chapter in his young, flourishing career.
Yeah, when Kieran gets to look back at this frame, the better shot would have been the stop shot on the 8 ball. Got a perfect angle to get back round for the 10 ball. Only mistake. And
he
he's
runs
got
it. He
He's
runs
got
it.
Oh,
He runs it.
White ball.
And
Whoa.
that is it. And there we go. Sheridan Burmester wins the New Zealand Under-21 Predator 10-ball championship here at the Masse Club in Pukekohe. Gets up over Kieran Dempsey by 5 games to 3. And this great rivalry continues. And ladies and gentlemen, don't go away, because we have Kieran Dempsey back on the #1 table, because he has earned the right to go into the overall junior championship final, where he will take on Alexandra Andres in a race to 5. Hope you are enjoying coverage. Back shortly with more.
No time to fluff around today? worries. Just swing into Caltex and pay for fuel with Pay and App to speed on through. Ooh, yeah. Feels good. Use it at your local participating Caltex.
Want to catch a fuel bargain with Caltex and Supergold? Scan your Caltex app, Flybuys or Airpoints for 6 cents off per litre with Pumped. And show your Supergold card for an extra 2 cents off. Ah, feels good.
You want your tamariki to be a part of the community. Keep getting all these feelings like he's never going to fit.
That gets pretty hard. I'm so grateful that Clara has answered those prayers.
There's just always this bias away from our tamariki. We really need this done.
Our code of compliance, it's a big thing, and we ain't gonna just stop because we're stressed.
Superkura, ki whakaata Māori me Māori Plus.
No mate, hari mate, piki mate, kaki mate. Good afternoon and welcome to the Masse Club in Pukekohe. We bring you live coverage of the 10-ball Predator New Zealand Junior Open Championship final between Kieran Dempsey and Alexandra Andres in the race to 5 frames. It's been a compelling afternoon of Q Sports so far, but this is the one everybody wants. 2 experienced finalists up against each other. Joining me in commentary, the man they simply call the Professor, Jimmy Henry.
Yeah, how you go there, Mark? Thanks for that. Yeah, we've got a great final here with Kieran Dempsey and Alexandria Andres, and it's good to see Alexandria in the winner's circle. You know, she had a hard road to the final, beat Jeremy Ho, and also beat Sheridan Burmester, so that just shows that she has the goods.
Yeah, deserves to be here.
Yes.
Now, I guess the one benefit that Kieran Dempsey brings in, he's just been on this table, he's just narrowly lost the under-21 final, but he's well and truly in tune with this table and the speed at which this Predator Arcadia cloth is running.
Yeah, he's had good warm-up where Alex is just sort of, she's been playing on the outside tables, but you know.
So 10-ball format, must sink the ball in order of the lowest ball on the table, and then in order, whoever sinks that 10-ball wins. No flukes. We have already seen one ball go down.
Alex just got to watch out for the backlash of Kieran Dempsey after, you know. She could put pressure on him and force him into more errors.
Well, that's it. I think she is a player, though, isn't she, historically, that loves to capitalise on the error of other players. She's happy to sit there. She's happy to be patient. Out of Hamilton. In fact, both these players out of the Waikato. So it looks to play a defensive shot. Maybe just a little bit too heavy on that cue ball. So opportunity here for Kieran Dempsey. There's one, runs it up nicely. So looking at the shots to come, Jimmy. Which ball is going to potentially offer him the greatest degree of difficulty?
Well, he's in beautiful position here. Just maybe if he gets to this 4-ball, okay, he should run out. I'll just touch it in and play the 4 in the middle.
Just thread the needle between the 10 and the 9 ball, but screws this one.
Yeah, he's going
to come back and look to play this bottom left pocket.
Yeah, not too bad.
And then
so you use that yellow strike ball just to hold the white ball. Screw into it so it just stays there.
And comes back for the orange 5, just as you say, Jimmy.
Okay, so he's got the same sort of angle that he could have had on the last 8-ball shot. Played 2 rails. You know, he's got angle. There you go, and easily into position with that angle. A little bit too much angle here, but oh, could snooker himself. No, he's just on.
Tough shot, though.
Another 2-rail shot again.
Tough shot. See what he can do here, Kieran Dempsey. We talk about Andres. This is where she's good. She's good at just coming in and closing out of frame. Loves to just capitalise on the back of mistakes of other players. And she is sitting there poised, but boy, that is a good shot under pressure from Dempsey.
Tough cut here. Back and forth.
Does he even look to bank it, Jimmy?
No, he'll just cut that in and go back and forth. Off the rails.
And misses the opportunity. And now Alexandria Andres comes to the table. This is what we talk about.
Yeah, good to see Alex make a final. She's always had these other top male players on the ropes quite a few times, but just hasn't finished them off. But today she's done the job.
Yep, former student at Waikato Diocesan. Picked up the Victor Ladorum, or the Leading Sportsperson Award in her final year. Now a part-time student at the University of Waikato.
Yeah, does a lot of running.
Yeah, good, great sport. Love my running.
Okay, just get to the middle of the table. Nice shot. Good angle. Okay, this is one of her strengths of the game, is potting.
Gotta be careful, Jimmy. That's sort of, you're bordering in that territory of the commentator's curse.
Way away from that.
Hope you are enjoying coverage here.
Okay, just one stop shot.
And does pocket it too. And now this to take the first frame in the race to 5. The silent assassin. Alexandria Andres. She runs it, she's missed it. And now throws it back to Kieran Dempsey. So how much will she rue that? Mind you, not an easy shot here for Dempsey either. But this is a man who recently went to the United States and won himself an under-21 World Championship. Cuts it and does it well. And just making sure that cue ball stays up. Cue ball stays up. Cue ball does stay up. And it is Dempsey who goes out to a 1-frame-to-nothing lead over Andre. So just needing to calm the nerves here a little bit, both players. We talked about the fact that Dempsey's just played one final, so probably a little bit more relaxed. Andre's big moment for her. She's got to control the nerves.
Yeah, Alex had a golden chance to take that frame.
Going to watch the football final tonight, Jimmy?
Between
England and Spain in the Women's World Cup.
Yes. Definitely.
So a good break here from Andres.
You got a shot at the one, whether in the middle or corner pocket. The middle would be best. She heads towards two with the white ball if she takes the middle.
Hasn't found her rhythm just yet.
Yeah, pretty tough waiting for an hour or so to come to the table and perform straight away.
Yeah, as we said, Dempsey's basically had, what, a 7 or 8 frame warm-up with that previous final against Big Bounce Burmester.
Okay, she's got a good start here. Needs to draw this back behind the two, put the two in the same pocket. Or she can just touch it, nudge it ahead. That's the easiest way. Soft hands, soft touch.
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it, how so many ball sports, it's about soft hands. And really, it's often all about spin as well, and those principles apply across so many sports. Cue sports, football, rugby, you name it. Soft hands. The use of spin.
Cricket.
Looking to cut that, doesn't quite drop.
She needs a
Did
kiss
she
here.
pick up second prize? She does. So, she gets away with one, but that ball is sitting there, just waiting to be touched. Now, how creative does Kieran Dempsey get?
He's using the swerve shot. Jerry swerves that ball around the orange ball and into the blue ball. What a nice shot.
Oh, lovely, lovely. Is that what they call a Masse?
Yes, exactly. That's the name of the shot.
Yeah, nice to see it come out. After all, we are at the Masse Club here in Pukekohe for live coverage of this 10-ball Predator New Zealand Junior Championship. This is the Open Final, Junior Open Final. Earlier today in the under-17s was won by Genesis Tangaloa. The under-19 final by Jeremy Ho. Big bounce. Burmester taking the under-21 final. And now this is the overall combined Junior Open final.
Yeah, and with this overall combined, it was great to see those younger players play the older players.
Well, great to see. I turned up today and there was a couple of 10-year-old young girls playing on one table who looked very, very accomplished with cue in hand. And so, great to see young talent coming through. Big shot here now. And does get away with it. Really didn't have a lot of options. Now, does she have a pocket here for this 4-ball?
Doesn't look like it.
Or does she look to play defensively? And if so, what is the defensive shot, Jimmy? Is there one?
Yes, there is. If she can just nudge off the edge of that 4, run 2 rails, yeah, that's the angle there, and then go in behind the black or the stripe ball.
Oh, she looked to run it, but she's done well
she's
here.
behind the stripe ball.
Done nicely. So there you go. Jimmy, you called it. She executed it.
Okay, I think.
How close, Jimmy, I'm going to ask you this. How close? No, just wait for the shot and I'll ask you the question.
Okay, 2 rails, kick shot from Kieran. Nice.
You often see when a player's snookered, they will look to bring out the jump cue. How close does the cue ball need to be to the snooker ball to play the jump shot?
Okay, people can get over like a chalk close.
And how far back though?
Yeah, a bit of chalk. If you put a bit of chalk behind the object ball that he's jumping.
Okay, but that's close to the
that's
object ball that he's jumping. How far back from the object ball that you're jumping can you be?
Yeah, you can go like half a table back. You know, if the ball's halfway in the middle of the table, you can hop over that. So they've all, mastered the shot.
So really, there's nothing that prevents them from playing the jump shot.
No,
distance is not really a big factor either way, whether it be close to the object ball, which is providing the snooker.
That's right. Yeah, you can jump from any distance. You probably wouldn't be able to jump from like 3/4 of the table distance, but anything from halfway.
But within reason.
Yeah.
So this frame just neither one really taking it by the scruff of the neck at the moment. And drops that one down. Now, table starts to open up here for Kieran Dempsey.
Yes, it's right open. So I said, Alex, just got to be careful on the backlash of Kieran Dempsey because he's just lost the match.
Well, as you said, I think it's been tough for Alexandria. The fact he's had to sit down for an hour. Nervous system is down. You've come through, you're in the zone a little bit. You want to keep that momentum going. And then you're forced to sort of sit back and watch.
Okay, he just needs to get back to the rail. He can run 2 rails. Oh, he just pops it up the top of the rail. Nice shot. Either pocket. This 10 ball can go in. Now he's settled down. He can, he doesn't miss very many.
Still one area though. He's got to be careful, Kieran Dempsey. And there we go, 2 frames to nothing over Alexandria Andres in the race to 5. This 10-ball Predator New Zealand Junior Open Championship final live from the Masse Club in Pukekohe. If you are inspired by what you see, do check out the website. Do Google Masse clubs here. Of course, number of clubs in Auckland, Hamilton, and then, of course, in the Taranaki region.
Yes, Hawera.
Hawera, yep. And of course in Hamilton, and then we've got Glen Eden, New Lynn, Pukekohe.
The good thing about this club is that they've got the World Championship conditions. Years ago, 5 or 10 years ago, when you used to go to the World Championships, you couldn't train on the tables that they had at the World Championships. So just imagine that, going over to the World Championships and playing on a table you never played on before. The speed, everything is different.
So now Dempsey with the break in the 3rd frame. Leads by 2 frames to nothing. I'll just update that score for you. 9 balls just dropped. 10 ball is still on the table. What are we missing, Jimmy? The 1 ball as well?
He's put it the 1 ball. 2 balls, next ball. he puts his 2 ball, he's going to be in good shape. One good pot, he knows it too.
Tough shot though. Tough shot. Beautiful weight. Great angle. Misses it though. Kisses that corner.
Okay, one good shot here by Alex. We'll also give her the same scenario. Open table, all the balls near pockets. If it puts his 2 ball, it's going to be in good position to run out. She's very skillful with her potting ability. Whoops. That's commentator's curse there.
We've talked about a lot, Jimmy, over the years, the commentator and the commentator's curse. I know that previously you worked with Stephen McIver. He probably told you the same, did he?
Yeah, he was great to work with. Learned a lot of him. Okay, you can see a TV shot coming up here. Up the table with plenty of bottom left spin to come back for the 4 in the same pocket. He's looking at the angle on the line now. He's got to avoid that 10 strike ball. Don't want to kiss into that.
Okay, so big shot here. 3 into this middle pocket. Come back, play the 4 into the same pocket. There's
the
1.
Spin. Watch out. Back. What did I tell him? Doesn't listen, this guy.
It's easy from the cheap seats, Jimmy. You're not out there under the lights, under the pressure. National title up for grabs.
True.
And I think also too, one of the factors, and we shouldn't underestimate it, he probably expects to come in here, and if you do look at rankings and you do look at form, he comes in very much as a favourite over Alexandra Andres, and then sometimes when you come up against an opponent you expect to beat, you get the yips.
Right.
You see it a lot in tennis, and it's an interesting psychology.
It happens in this game a lot too.
Alexandria can just come here a little bit more open. She come in a little bit more relaxed. The pressure's maybe perhaps not on her as much.
Nothing to lose attitude. One good pot.
Oh, nice shot. Nice shot. Really good shot. That'll give her some huge confidence. You talked about that being the strength of her game, and that's a demonstration.
Yes. A little demonstration.
Father Bernie Andres watching on. Of course, heads up the Masse organisation, does a great job too. Great vision, Bernie Andres, in terms of trying to bring this global game to New Zealand, particularly in 2024. Some number of world championships heading this way.
Look at that, that's a nice pot there too. Clean.
Now, does she believe? Can she run this rack?
Okay, is she used to the slow roll shot now? These are one of the hardest shots to play in pool. Just got to trust the table, line it up, play it at nice weight. Just needs to play this at pocket weight. Run the white ball, 7 ball in, sorry.
Oh, kisses the pocket. It's always a tough one, those middle pockets, the big corners on them.
That was a winning ball, another winning ball there. Alex gave up. Draw back to the middle of the table for Kieran.
Oh, nicely pocketed. Really nicely done from Kieran Dempsey. And now you'd expect him to wrap this frame up and go to 3 frames to nothing. And it sits there on the edge.
What did they say?
Commentator's curse.
Jeez.
But that has been an area over the years for Kieran Dempsey, as those shots at key moments where he's basically snatched defeat from the jaws of victory. And really now Alexandria Andres to win this 3rd frame. Doesn't need to do much to do it. So there we go, 2-1. We go to a 4th frame. And Andres finds herself well and truly still in the contest.
Yeah, it should be 2-1 to Alex, but the other way around. Got to hang in there.
Just shows though, doesn't it, just how much of this is in the head, just the, I guess, the frailties of humanity at times. I think one of the best places to understand sports psychology, and that often when we're hard on ourselves because we can make unforced errors or maybe we crack a little bit under the pressure. I'm not saying that's the case with Kieran at all. You've only got to watch the back nine of a golf major. That is always where you see, you know,
people
players
crack.
capitulate, others get on a bit of momentum, and maybe those that don't have the pressure and expectation deal with it a little bit better at times. And of course the great players, well, they do handle it, don't they? But it hasn't always been the case throughout their careers. You have to learn how to lose to learn how to win, and you've got to be able to overcome maybe some of the mental demons that often go with sport. It's a nice, good open break.
Open dry break.
And a dry break. Tough first shot up here for Kieran Dempsey.
Yeah, when you're in this situation, either, you know, you've got to go really hard, 100%, just go for the pot. If he pots this, he's on the 2-ball. Nice weight. Is it hard enough?
And he comes
Snooker
back.
himself.
Yeah, I think he's got a shot at it, hasn't he?
Just.
I think he can thread the needle here. Can he get past it? Has he got enough angle on the 2-ball?
Yeah, I think he has. Okay, you can pot this, go 2 rails, stay high on the 3-ball.
How close do you need to be, Jimmy? I asked you the I'll wait for the shot, and then I'll ask you the question again.
2 rails behind the 3-ball.
Nice shot.
Watch out for the in-off. Jeez. They always fall for that, you know, that trick shot there. Happens to a lot of young players that don't often watch out for that. As you were saying, how...
Well, I was just going to ask you, I asked you about the distance in
jumping.
terms of jumping, you know, how far back or how close you can be to the object ball that's in the way of the ball you're targeting. But in terms of playing that curve shot, the Masse, how far away can you play that in terms of, say, maybe getting around a snookered ball?
Again, about the, you know, a half a table. You can swerve the ball if it's in the middle of the table, and I'm at the end of the table, you can still swerve it. Nice 4-ball by Alex. Oh, has she snookered herself? No, she's looking all right. The body language says that it's on.
Yeah, key frame here for Andres. Arguably gifted the 3rd frame, mind you. She'll argue that she gifted Kieran Dempsey the 1st frame. And so it's all square, but she'll want to win this one. I think sometimes when you come up and against an opponent who's more favoured, what you've got to do is put them under pressure early. See how they deal with that adversity.
Definitely.
See how they deal with the pressure.
Yes.
Of maybe a player with not such a big reputation taking it to them.
That's a nice shot.
Oh, sits there. How does she miss that? That is a little unlucky, but still work to be done for Kieran Dempsey on the table.
Straight up the table. He's good. Got an angle here to go to either corner pocket behind him.
So going low on that cue ball. Comes off the rail, screws it back up the table. And got enough angle now on that 7-ball.
Now this is where he might have to run forward, or 2 rails again. Use the 2 cushions, come into the middle of the table.
So just watch the cue ball and you'll hear what Jimmy's saying. It's 1, 2, and brings the cue ball back into the middle of the table. Nicely played from Kieran Dempsey, and nicely described by the Professor, Jimmy Henry, alongside of me.
Okay, 1 rail to the middle.
So there we go, 1 rail and back into the middle. Jimmy calling it. Hope you're enjoying this exhibition, folks, and give you an idea of how you control that cue ball.
Okay, just draw it straight back.
So he's going to cue ball here. See, brings it straight back down the table, as Jimmy says. And great understanding too from Kieran Dempsey in terms of what is required. Now, he won't want to make the same mistake we saw in the previous frame. He He puts that down, goes to 3 frames to 1 in the race to 5 in this 10-ball Predator New Zealand Junior Open Championship final. I hope you are enjoying coverage here from the Masse Club in Pukekohe.
Alex just got to hang in there. Hopefully something goes wrong. And then gain some momentum. Get back into the match.
Too much power on the brake here. Little kick and the cue ball goes off the table.
Okay, here's a chance for Alex. 1-10 combination. Come on, Alex, can you see it? The 3's tied up. Oh no, she can't see it.
Maybe coming around now. Maybe she does identify it. Does she take her chance? Does she see the plant? I think she might have seen it now. The 1-10 combination.
Easy way out. Doesn't have to run through the rack. I think she's seen it now. No.
Sometimes the obvious to us at home is not the obvious to the player at home. On the table, under the pressure. And she's going to decide to be a bit more conventional in her approach. The shot too, so struggling perhaps with a little bit of the weight of expectation. Has to believe that she can win this, has to believe that she can get past Kieran Dempsey, and she should believe, having gotten up against Jeremy Ho earlier. And big bounce Burmester.
Before that, yeah. Great effort to get here.
So, got to realise that you've done it before, so why not now?
Okay, what's Kieran going to do here? He might have to play down the table and back out into the middle. Avoid the brown ball, the blue stripe ball, and the black ball. No, he's got some inside English here, so watch what happens when it hits the rail. Oh, he couldn't pot it.
Interesting, intriguing. 5th frame.
Yeah, that inside English is one of the hardest shots to play. Mate Marco over in Australia is 5-6 down to Kurt Dunham.
In the race to 9 frames, top 16.
Yes, and Greg Jenkins has beaten Matt Edwards.
So New Zealand is in a bit of trouble at this event in Australia. So now Alexandra Andre's here, limited options.
Yeah, even though if she does miss this, Kieran is still a hard 3 ball to get onto. So you'll play this 2-5 combination, and then open up that 3 ball. So he's going to open the red ball up after the shot, but that 2 ball has to just sit there, so he has got a ball to get back on, and he does. Nice shot. Is this on, or is it cuttable? I think it's on for the corner pocket. Stop shot.
Good shot if he gets this.
Ooh.
Just misses, but not an easy shot now for Andres either. Got a feeling, I'm not sure that 2 blue ball is kissing that brown 7 ball, but it needs to come off that rail, does it? So a bit of discussion between the 2 players. So what's the ruling there, Jimmy?
Yeah, I think she just hit the brown ball first. Might have to put a replay on that to have another look. If we've got it.
So another pivotal moment. I think most of us have played a similar sort of shot at home at some point. The difference is these players do it with complete control of the cue ball in terms of setting up the next shot.
Draw it back. Nice angle. Nice angle to get across the table. Be better to go behind the 6 ball because you avoid the middle pocket than to just run straight across. I keep it simple, but I'd go back towards the black ball. No, he's just kept it simple, not enough weight. Want to be dead straight on that green ball.
So it is still very much an open frame at the moment. Dempsey leading by 3 frames to 1.
Okay, here's a big shot coming up. He's going to run forward.
So box office or television shot here, folks. And doesn't quite get it right. Not so good for so much of it.
And he's left the door open.
Now he has left the door ajar. Can Andres walk through?
Just, I think it's just on past the brown ball. Has to just play the white ball past the brown ball. Should pot that green ball.
She looked to just come off the cushion here, does she?
Yeah,
come off the rail.
Soft hands. Soft hands again. Nice touch. Still a lot of work to do to get on that back ball. Needs the right angle. Yeah, she needs to be behind it. Right where she is now, right where she's looking. She needs that line there. Marco 6-all in Australia. The Australian 9-ball open worth something like 12,000 Australian dollars.
Oh, I've got faith in the big fella. I've got faith in the gunslinger from Eindhoven, who plays most of his Q Sports these days at the Masse Club, employed by Masse, of course, a former winner of the US 10-ball Open Championship back in 2019, one of the great titles to win in Q Sports, and remarkable achievement for one of the best Qists on the planet. And now looking to
safety, nice safety behind the 10. Can she make it? A little bit short.
No, I love the intent though. That's the key thing. It's the intent. It's the fact that these players are thinking like that under pressure.
luck there. Let's leave that 8-ball on the rail. Low percentage shot to pot the 8-ball and get onto the 9.
Yeah, tough shot, isn't it? Tough shot. Key moments now. She won't want to open the door here for Dempsey if she's not successful. So she's got to be calculated in the way she plays it. Looks to bring it up. Now, does Lady Luck shine upon her? No, it doesn't, unfortunately.
Okay, you're going to see Kieran play a lot of spin here. Forward spin or backward spin. Why is he going backwards? Forwards is the shot. Some top right spin. Go forward. 2 rails through the middle of the table and perfectly in line on the 9-ball. Through the middle of the table, perfectly on the 9-ball. Okay, the key is just to pot the ball, get out into the open. Nothing too flash. Nice weight.
And there you go. Now 1 shot away from going to the top of the hill. And 1 shot away from match point, and there it is. So Kieran Dempsey goes to 4 frames to 1 over Alexandria Andres in the race to 5 as part of this 10-ball Predator New Zealand Junior Open Championship, live from the Masse Club in Pukekohe. Hope you are enjoying the coverage. Special thanks to Whakata Māori for their support. Of course, Apollo Project supporting them, Caltex, Bailey's. We want to acknowledge, of course, Predator. If you are wanting to get involved in the sport and you want to update your equipment, or you want to take your equipment to another level, do check out the range of Predator cues and balls, and of course, these days, the tables and the cloth, Jimmy.
Yes, Acadia cloth, Apex table, 9-foot table, all steel framed. Great to work with. So you'll never get a warp in the frame itself. That's what did you call the future of this the equipment?
Yeah, the evolution of it. It's like most sports, there's always a degree of evolution. There's always people out there that think, hey, we can make this a little bit better or a little bit smarter. We can make these things a little bit more durable.
So yeah, definitely a lifetime sort of equipment.
Just a miscue there from Alexandria Andres.
So what Kieran will do here is put her back in another snooker, and that'll be two fouls in a row. If there's 3 fouls in a row, game over.
Yep. So
that's 1 foul. This will be her 2nd foul, and it's going to be hard to get out of the snooker.
So even though she did technically break the rack there, because it was...
Oh, wow.
Because it was a miscue, that's considered to be a foul, is it?
4 balls don't hit the rail.
4 balls don't hit the rail, okay, off the break.
Yes, 4 balls must hit the rail.
Well, I've got a feeling here that Kieran Dempsey didn't execute this shot the way he'd hoped, because he shouldn't have too much difficulty here, Alexandria, in terms of having visual access to this 1 ball. Now she looks to just run that up the table. Really nice shot. Pots that beautifully. And now can she thread the needle here on the 2, possibly plant the 3?
No, I don't think she'll play that. I think she'll hide behind the 10 ball line. No, she's looking at your shot. The only thing wrong with this is where's the 2 ball going to go? Behind the pack.
Have you ever heard that terminology, great minds think alike?
See, well, yeah. And now what are you going to do after you potted that 3?
Well, you throw it back on Kieran Dempsey and let him sort it out. Of course you do. Come on, Jimmy, get with the program.
Okay, Kieran, 2-rail kick shot. Okay, and Marco spent a lot of time with Kieran on his 2-rail shots. Also his parallel shift shots. So he's hit the cue and just parallel shifting over. get lucky. Is he? Is he? He does. Even though if Alex misses this, I can't really see Kieran running the rack.
And I think this frame's got a little bit more to play out just yet.
Definitely turn into a tactical game. All marker is down 7-6. He's got a tough match there. Greg Jenkins comfortably beat Matt Edwards 9-4. Simon Singleton up 8-5 over Michael Carriot. What's his name?
So this is the Australian 9-ball championship that's running at the same time. Updating you on that. And now Andre's here, looking to just get herself out of a bit of trouble. What's she looking to do here?
Oh, watch out for the 10, go in. Because if the 10 sat there, then he had an easy 2-10 combination.
So, but no flukes, of course. A 9-ball, if you sink the 9-ball, obviously as long as you've hit the object ball first, you win the frame. Even if it is a fluke here, no flukes. You have to nominate what you're doing.
So Kieran is going to pop this and then give her a snooker. That'll be her second foul in a row. 3 in a row, you lose the game.
Just going to stop this on a dime, isn't he?
Yes, he
is.
is.
Put the red further up behind that group. There we go.
Easy one to get out for Alex. But if she misses, it could be 3 fouls in a row coming up.
And that'll
she
be
needs
not the way you want to lose a final.
No.
But also great, great intelligence and intellect from Kieran Dempsey. The man they call Skywalker.
Doesn't look good. It looks too straight. Yeah, it was too
missed
straight.
it. So that is 2 fouls. And now a third opportunity here to force the third foul.
So the thing is,
unless he decides to be generous.
Well,
I'm not sure.
Yeah, well, it's all there, so he should practice, you know, what he's learned and run it out.
Or be ruthless and just put the foot on the throat.
Yeah, easy finish. Show your skill sets. Always got a bad angle here, but so all he can do is go forward or back. He's going to do a big screw back into position, I think. Yep.
Nice shot.
Wow, great shot. Middle of the table. I think it's going to be all over, folks.
Yeah, never easy, these middle pockets, though. Those corners are scary, aren't they? Really scary. There's just no give on them at all.
Great shot. Perfect on the 6. So you stop shot the 6, come back maybe just a couple of inches. For the 7 in the corner and the 8 in the opposite corner. Roll forward for the 9. And I say the 10 goes in the same pocket, the 8's going to go in. Oh no, he's going somewhere else. Where's he going? Look at this. Oh, he just got past it.
So there you go. He sees things slightly differently. He'll look at the tape afterwards and he'll go, yep, Jimmy was right. There was a path of less resistance I could have gone down, but he's got away with it.
Yeah, 7 and 8 in the same pocket.
Here we go.
And 9 and maybe 10, all in the same pocket.
Now, probably wants to get this. This has been the one area where it's let him down. It's just these shots that you expect him to make.
Come on, Kieran, put that 10 in the same corner too.
Often rattles.
Put it in the same corner. No, he's going forward. Damn it. Oh no, it's going in the same pocket.
Okay, this now for the 10-ball Predator New Zealand Junior Open title. And it's Kieran Dempsey, folks. He wins it 5 frames to 1 over Alexandria Andres. That is to the World Championship he's won. And the 2023 10-ball Predator New Zealand Junior Open champion is Kieran Dempsey. In a very impressive display Another good performance from this young rising star. Final thoughts from the man they call the Professor, Jimmy Henry.
Yeah, great day of junior pool. You know, this is the best pool you can get in junior level anywhere in New Zealand. And yeah, well done, Karen and Alex. Well done for getting there. You'll learn a lot out of that. And thank you, Mark, for coming in.
Yeah, and look, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the team at Masse, the New Zealand Pool Association, hope you have enjoyed the coverage. Do get yourself down to your local pool hall. Do check out Masse. We want to see you. It's a sport for everybody. It's a truly global sport. You don't need to be tall. You don't need to be short. You can be of any stature to master this game. And once you do, learn a couple of things before you know it. It's an absolute addiction. So on behalf of myself and Jimmy Henry, it's been a privilege and a pleasure. And we look forward to having your company again in the future.
Thank you.
Well, that's to the spice of it.